Without wasting much time this evening, I want to introduce the panelists them. We get for can help me Rob Mott and this talk so. Khadijah Madinatu Saccoh. 1 month later, where is the justice? Tonight we are seeking justice for all of the Khadijahs. We are seeking justice for all of the Khadijahs, but most especially, we're asking questions about Khadijah Madinatu Saccoh. Without wasting much time, I will introduce my first panelist, and Dande na Madam Anita Koroma. Madam Anita, tell Fambuleadu.
Fambuleuna, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you're in the world. As we come now, this topic, na mine Anita Koroma. I mean, the country director of Culture Network Sierra Leone, and I sit na the End Child Married Coalition in Sierra Leone as well, and the Bomali District Committee of Practice for Sexual Gender-Based Violence.
And I will go to my next guest, where na Mr. Lansana Saccoh, where una all sabi. Mr. Saccoh, tell Fambuleadu.
Ladies and gentlemen, me na Lansana Saccoh, a host on Voice of Salone Television Network.
Then I go to my next panelist, where una all also know, where na Mr. Mohamed Taiwo Tarali. Tell people they do. Okay, fumble them. She was beautiful. She was elegant. When you look at her, you see life. When you look in face, you see hope. Oh, she even go far for if pledge in love and loyalty. So in country Sierra Leone, he vow for serve faithfully at all times. He promise for defend in honor and good name. He say, in one for always work for in country. Then he say, so help me God. These were the words of late Khadijah Madinatu Saccoh. When you look at this young baby in picture, at the same time you see hope, you see trust, you see resilience, you see fear, but you see determination, you see a future, you see brightness. But guess what? On a fateful day of the 17th of June, 2020, the world as we know it, for the country of Sierra Leone and Africa and the world in general, came to a halt. Then came to a screeching halt. We then see the picture of this beautiful girl paraded with the word she was raped. And now she is dead as a result of that rape day. 1 month later, we are asking questions. We still do not have answers. 1 month later, we still have a father that is grieving, a mother that is in pain, a family that, they don't know who side for turn, who side for look. Tonight, we ask some serious questions. I want to take a few minutes for ask me panelists them. Mr. Tarawali, how you feel when you see this beginning picture, where you hear waiting happen to them?
As all man know, I get 3 girl picking them. And as a daddy, that feeling nobody no one forget nobody don't forget that God's feeling where they feel where you stuff like this. I don't think anybody want for shooting say with that kind of feeling because now the worst feeling any parents can get in this world. When it happen, you do put yourself in that person and that in your place say in case this may happen to me on picking. And I believe say this now a death way is preventable. Now a death way is not supposed to happen in any normal situation, in any civilized world. Any side way Bugia and Waterman and they way in the acts, the career Waterman, this not for to happen. So it's unfortunate that we lost a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful picking like this. Anybody will see this, you go forgetting kind. Today it don't go. And now this make most of we they fight this fight. We fight this fight because we know say Khadijah now we on picking. Where I see Khadijah, I see me picking now. I see the same attitude, the way me picking they talk, the way they play. And like I say in my video that I don't put out, we see they go Salone all the time. And I go Salone, we get these tours for families where they left for picking because so that freedom of picking get overseas and get on a Salone. So we left for picking them on our neighborhoods and go around and play around one around all around because we that way they raise we say in our community and they raise we not so just a home. Now that same attitude will go to picking a Salone they go with. So if it's something like this happen to pick like this, now a God's punch for me say, in case I go Salone, what I go do right now? Because maybe we not forget sometimes we go all picking back up and I was putting a bit outside and kind of proud. They don't come over see I made a picking a plot we on picking and say we could have picking a better pass we on them. And that's not the case. But when you're getting like this, right now we're in tough dilemma. Where are you home? I need for left me picking a go play or I don't need for left farm? That's the question I ask myself every day. So this one, I think say now we all fight this. Not just for Khadijah, but for the picking don't come before Khadijah. And we not say it will happen after. We know even though we not want them. But for let put a stop, we demand them need for lead these fights. So now I make some of it now before this fight, before the money. Because this problem now we probably not to the mammy the mammy their own side will call. But for the rape itself now we demand and now we won't fight this low we did before. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Mr. Saccoh, you hear waiting Mr. Taiwo don't say. He say any papa we born picking or any man we know yourself. When you see this speaking in pictures, something must happen to you. He say, now man them for lead this fight. As somebody were there in the field of psychology, and also as a father, one that has a daughter, what were your thoughts when you saw the photos of this little girl?
You know, it's heartbreaking. Anytime we are there on this topic, it put tears in my eyes. Not only because of Khadijah, but the Khadijahs. We don't come before this Khadijah. Waiting I say something in the world, God they send somebody at all times. Jesus Christ, may his name be praised. Where he come, lots of things that may happen in that part of the world or the world where anybody else before claim say then go do Jesus in job, then get money pass and then get all things pass. But now in God bring come for make it change the world. He died at the age of 36, but in influence, they all over the world. He not born picking, he not get boy picking, he not get girl picking. But the influence they in the world. God bring them for a special purpose. Where in come out, the Arabs themselves get Muhammad. With everything we then do, beat him, stone him. Same with Jesus. Crucify him. Muhammad born boy picking. When the boy picking die, they laugh him. They say nobody know they for take after you. But waiting he preach good. And for let human being they live decent life. Now in the world today, we in religion are the fastest growing among all other religions. So if you look at those two, the law we put Khadijah, we get a 5-year-old picky where they rape by a 28-year-old man until a brain that became paralyzed. We all hear about nowadays. I want to make the president come out. They go quick, they say for do death penalty, life imprisonment. Right? So other one them don't come before that 5-year-old picking. Now Khadijah don't come. The whole country don't take to this. So we the pray God, let this Khadijah in yon. Let it be for all the other Khadijahs before her. So it will stop other Khadijahs for becoming victims again. And waiting me go say now, I go say the system don't fail the Khadijas before this Khadijah. The system don't fail this Khadijah. The incompetency and dysfunctional institutions the way we get, now then we need to bring back to function. And I dey urge all Sierra Leoneans, don't bite your tongue, not curse anybody, not disrespect anybody, not put politics inside. Say it the way it is for the good can our country. Call, name, and shame them. Let's correct all the mistakes. That 9 minutes.
Thank you very much. Madam Anita, not only are you a trained social worker, but you don't practice for so long. You practice na England, and then it's like say, you know, you jump go Salone because na that place there you neighbor day. And therefore, if you see something they go wrong, gusa you neighbor day, obviously the innate response na for go fix them. You don't hear boku, you don't see boku, you know boku. What are your thoughts?
Wow. First, I want to say my sincere condolences to Mr. Saccoh. As they talk, according to my practice, I they put me on foot in your shoes for make her feel how they feel, because we call an empathy. Above all, I want to say on behalf of we as Galcha Network, the Bomali District, sexual gender-based violence, from behind after all this Khadijah issue, I want to tender with sincere condolences to you and hope, say, as you say, Khadijah in case would change the face of Sierra Leone. Now hard 10 years on the ground, eat and run. I know waiting. I sleep with them picking there, they sleep with them every day. I don't fight so much. One day I not get a case where I win other than bring me down. The survival they go down, the family they face psychological impact. Nobody no feel confidence with the process, as Mr. Saccoh they say, until we all raise a voice and tell things as it is. For me, who don't know me, who don't know me for 10 years, I'm still shouting in Sierra Leone. I not complicate and implicate myself for nothing. Me not a party member, I not take no card. I vow say, let me sit down at the fence, let me be the voice of these people. I sleep with them picking there, they go courts, they go police, FSU, the frustration, medical, thank God for Rainbow, wait and don't come the help with this medical. That was a shambles. You cannot have even the first evidence or say there is a penetration or there was a penetration, as they call it SP, but rape is rape. That's all I can tell people. So for me, having all these people coming on board, the level at which we did, though we think say we are moving, but I'm too skeptical about a whole lot of things for the 10 years working here up to this day. As I did tell you now, we get a case of a 7-year-old when last week back they rape him. Now the picking the waka they bend. Now we got another case of woman where they don't show a picture for chase him. A rape 9 years and 12 year picking. You know, Mr. Saccoh, as they talk, there are lots of Khadijas. But the fight, Sierra Leone, for the past years, where they come in and I finally sit down and say, let me do this for my people. We talk too much, we work less. There are a whole lot of policies, there are a whole lot of laws, there are a whole lot of this. Then they open all kind of institutions every day, but the institutions are not strong. So then they double for open more institutions for the one the way they, because this, I just come out today, we had a meeting, I just come out yesterday with radio, television, all day, my life, they all over the same issue. I will go fight for more, we all push the government. This time is not about a talk shop. We want to see actions and take place. More we see if I show you the statistics of cases then, they see how many then they prosecute and send for justice. They are just few. This, they make the people endow the system. It's not about opening new institutions. The strengthening the FSU, the Rainbow Center, when a medical, where they give it, forensic lab, FSU, police, they tell you, say, pass and get 100%. Where is the possibility? 100% evidence based for me prosecute the case and send and go court. So therefore, we say, they ask the government, because we believe, say, officials then who frustrate and delay investigation further promotes the culture of silence and subsequent violation by perpetrators. So we now the COP, Corporate of Practice on Sexual Gender-Based Violence as organizations, we want the government adapt the survival-centered approach where they prioritize the rights of the survivor. Now that's not the voice of one raise. So if 1 month more we still not the we will get the agenda for push, because for movements now for be a pressure group for the government to do the right thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I go ask the technical team for play a video for we. That video was done in 2018. Now, mind you, that video was done 2 years later. I'm laying a context. Follow me here, viewers. Wanna follow me and see who's how they go with this. Okay? Technical team.
Sierra Leone is facing a rape culture according to the UN Global Education Fund. In December 2018, hundreds marched in Freetown to protest against rape. First Lady Fatima Bio led this national campaign to deal with this menace.
We picking and they die in a hospital every day. We get picking and they die every day. If we give una the statistics, now una self they begin cry for Sierra Leone. If we stop that together, we picking and go grow. Let we not be the one where they kill we picking them before they even be somebody just because we want to collect them bride price.
In this West African nation, authorities are hoping to toughen sentences against perpetrators of sexual violence.
Hands off our girls. What kind of a man are you to rape a 5-year-old child? I've called for heavy penalties and tough sentencing laws that will ensure that each rape becomes the last rape.
According to Freetown-based Rainbow Initiative, reports of rape and the sexual penetration of minors have increased steadily. Statistics collated by the center show that in 2018, 76% of rape victims were aged 15 or younger, including babies. The rest were between 16 and 20 years.
So this jump, this move, this all-out nation cry and disgust and tiredness and iduso happened in 2018. The champion or the Edman Pandish talk happened for be the first lady. He came up with a flagship program where he called Hands Off Our Girls. Indeed. A very, symbolize a very, thoughtful, messaging, hands off our girls, because our girls were being tempered with left, right, and center. But then a year on, following this big parade, following this big overt, denouncement of their act there. So waiting we see the amplification, we see the numbers then of the rape cases them augment, they increase. Now let me make a case, as even at the top, make I also make a case, say during that time we become more conversant with the use of social media. We become more comfortable, Sierra Leone as a whole, with the use of social media for, bring attention to social ills them and whatnot. So we begin for Yeri a lot more of the rape cases them where they go on. That is not to say they were not going on in the past, but the numbers them and the rate at which with the Yeri say that they happen, it becomes a lot more. So we find ourselves in a situation where in 2019 we get over 12,000 sexual assault cases then reported, and then we get over 3,000 penetration cases then. That is a huge number. One country, 7 point something million people, not even 8 million, 3,000. of our women, of our girls, of our teenagers are being violated in such way. We fast forward the numbers the yaso. So the reality that hits us the 17th of June 2020, and then a week after that reality they hit us, I go ask the technical team make it play the audio of the findings, because a lot of people within the nation been the doubt waiting actually happened to little Khadijah Madinatu Saccoh. Some were saying FGM. Some were saying it was a freak accident. But the police come out in them police reports. If you ever doubted what actually happened to that little 5-year-old, please take a listen.
His age is 20 years. The mother, Maria Masajabari, was the one in whose care the deceased was staying. There is also an Alex Muhammad Nalo, a teacher that was actually teaching the deceased. You know, when cases of this nature happen, the investigation is brought in, and as we progress, it is the investigation that narrows itself down until we reach conclusion. So, and the fourth individual in police custody is one Agnes Jajua, who is not only a tenant, but a maid.
As police don confirm from the investigation we dem do, we show say na the brother to Khadijah Saccoh, we old 5 years, and Aisat Ajabi Saccoh, we old 8 years, been rape the two sisters them. But wetin really be happen by Aisat Ajabi Saccoh in case?
She stated in her statement that she was twice being digitally penetrated by Ibrahim Ba, who also is alleged to have sexually abused the deceased. So there is rape there equally. And the first incident occurred when Ibrahim Ba promised her orange, that let me play with you, that kind of thing, I will give you an orange. And so that was how she accepted, and twice he digitally penetrated her vagina with his finger. And in fact, at the end of the day, he did not even give her the orange promised.
With all of them kind senior, we don't happen at the country, make the executive director for Kids Advocacy Network, Edmond Fona, say the police and the judiciary for work together as one for ensure say then give justice on this case.
Hope the Sierra Leone police will set precedents. The judiciary will also set precedents. We are not asking for much. All what we are asking for is safe space for women and girls. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, has already done that for us, you know, by amending the Sexual Offense Act. So we just need action, and please, the police, we hope that, you know, we are scared. Because when we had this is a family matter, and most cases, when you say family matter, it's hardly prosecuted. So that's why we came out in the street that said we need to put a stop on this, we need to set example, and we trust the police that this time around they will rebrand the force, they will use this to rebrand the force.
Edmond Fona end up calling government for put mechanism them in place where go tap sexual penetration in the country. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pierce report.
So me fumble them, now the word that. So we come out from a place where we say we defect something to a place where, you know, two sisters inside one house have been sexually abused. When I hear the reports, the two sisters then were being sexually abused by the same person. Now, it just so happened that one of the sisters, as fragile as her body is, she couldn't take it anymore. Her body couldn't handle it anymore. Her spirit couldn't handle it anymore. And at some point, she had to give up the ghost. He died as a result of rape. Madam Anita, it's been 1 month. 1 month. I've been here outside the First Lady cam. When I make an audio, I challenge the First Lady cam. He come back, he challenged me directly and say, if in 2 weeks' time, hearing nothing from the police, and they not get to the bottom of this, that everybody will know that they are not going to mess with her and mess with her platform. It's been 1 month. What can you get for tell me?
Well, as I tell you, even as I dey talk, we there, una de obanda. We dey na the ground, we know wetin dey happen. Statement na statement. I still emphasize about how people no dey gree for look at the pain where the survival they get. Of course, Khadijah, she's no more survival, but now disease now, it don't go. Just like how Papa say, I still go back to Mr. Sacco's statement. Let we talk the talk. Forget about your politics, be real, so the reality on the ground. When they look at the issue like, as you hear from Edmond in statement, where then they tell the police and the judiciary. Now there is all case day. Me, Matilda, tell you say, before the first lady done, she done before me say, if we start Comonado, in go join me, if not, and how they call it, law courts will all they go sit down there for justice. But I hear statements that the issues the one I don't get say, oh, he say how somebody go against a man in government and everything at the listening conversation. But this is just the reality on the ground. All the promises. Now I make a read for you. Wait till we look at the survival center that approach.
Yeah.
We look and say official where they anybody will involved, if you police or you be you magistrate or you be you state council law, any official where they frustrate and delay investigation, further promote the culture of silence, and it subsequently join the violation where the perpetrator don't do. Because we they looking like you're an accomplice. You sit on the justice of the survival, you know the pain where the parent they go through, you know the emotional and psychological impact where they get. Look at this kind of thing. We don't even know if they don't bury the pikin when they bury them, then they say, then they do forensic examination, then they talk about bringing in international body for come inside for me and do the forensic. It's just like a mess up. All ways I can see following up is like they don't release like 3 or 4 of them where really they not get a connection to the case. That is the latest updates when I get about the case. So with the setting up of the, they say a speedy court, that's now 1. 2, how speedy are they going to do it? When these officials weigh all this, then they frustrate the investigation. If they are frustrating, then they delay the investigation. Then they further promote the culture of silence that people are not going to talk. Even this week, we see men then call themselves men's up, then come out as the first we colleagues say, I say, now man the champion, this is the message myself in tell. Even a man in the rape, who say I see the culture of rape, who say Elana somewhere. So for we know the bites we tongue, Mr. Saccoh, they tell you me, all man know me in this country, I know they compromise my value and integrity. I work as a social worker in the UK, children and family. I see all these, them broke picking rips and they rape them, big people, and still they go through the trauma. I've been part of it. I can't at this country, they sleep with the picking away and they rape. And no, up to some why I don't care, we don't go university. I know the pain. Then lay down with me, I sleep with them, I groan. At the day with the parent there, you they see their reaction, the frustration. We they go na court. Case no day. Even now, we get 2 cases the way they say case no day, but we don't beg. People and then away now that's why ready for pay special lawyers then for fetch then cases they need. Me no more will set example now this country. So therefore, we trust the government, but we still not trust the process. Let them stop the talk and make them do the work. That is all I have to say for now.
According to Madam Anita, Nayewiti say, we trust the government, but we do not trust the process. If we not catch what he say they don't let 4 people them wait and feel say not connected to the case. He say, but till now the case no get aid, it no get still. Because no concrete answer they know they give them. Let me be so hasten and quick for talk say, even before I do this show, I reach out to the families involved in the case of little Khadijah. I reach out to the family and I ask them, I say, I they do a show we involve on a pikin. I say, I not go one for mistake, say something we not right. Who side the case day? Una tell me who side the case day, now una contact me. But I not agree, and people then go ask me, say, why make you not agree for do an interview with the papa or whatever? Because it's too early. It's too early. I am not going to be one of those who grants, interview left, right, and center and whatnot just because. When the time is right, I will do it. Just like when people they ask me, say, why make you not do a full show about Khadijah? I tell them, say, when the time is right, I will do it. And today is the day, because it's been 1 month. If something had to be done, I've given you 1 month to do your job and to get back with some concrete evidence, to get back with some concrete outcomes. But as I sit here right now, as I sit on Ayaso right now, we not get aid, we not get tail pan the case. The papa, the mama, the auntie, the uncle, they no gets, they no aid, they no tail pan the case. All waiting and they tell them is, una wait, we they investigate. We they look into the matter, una wait, we they look into the matter. To the point where now their fear is, the normal in Sierra Leone. That Khadijah's case will become another normal, where there's a lot of fanfare, there's a lot of noise, and then after a while, everything died down, everybody go their own separate ways. And I had to say to him that, listen, there have been too many Khadijahs in Sierra Leone. And this time around, trust me, it's not going to be just, a matter of frustration, a matter of venting frustration and anger, but we are going to see this to the end. We are going to make sure we see this to the end, that each and every Khadijah will get the justice that they deserve. Mr. Taiwo, somebody can make the case say, what, they're slow in the case, then they do the investigation, but because of the setting up of the special court for victims, where they said and they open on the 25th, or on the 24th, I'm sorry, that they want for make this case maybe be the first case we go appear another court day. What say you about the delays?
Listen, I get picking them. All right, me no depend on Salone politics. I no get time for the nonsense. I no get time for the now then play game. Creep me on they happen long before Khadijah and Yon. Then they pick it on paralyzed. We ask my James they all wear black and I see it every Tuesday. Firstly, form answer for girls because of just out of you just wake up one morning get him or get vision. No, now somebody then rape with them 5-year-old picking back with them go meet them we emotionally take this tear. The question we ask who then starts this organization, we don't come back. What's how we start? One thing about Salone, who consider DNA, they talk and I say most of them tell you need one for we safe, and people all the time for safe. But everything where you talk, where you not go the way people like you there, then they bash you. Okay? But we end up come back in the circle, come back with how we fall. The first question we ask is there's nothing wrong with answer for girls. But waiting the organization we can do it different from what's not happen in the country. How answer for girls they help the people in the country, how then they help the rape victim then. Waiting that the thing they don't put in place. As we see also today right now, I'm not going to tell you one thing the organization is about. Me not going to tell you. It's not nothing to do with politics. First of all, then talk to the first lady, me don't talk and say, if me not involved in this, I talk say it's going to happen in 1 month or whatever it is. I need put much stop now because when the first lady puts in and two not putting we're not supposed to put in at the basha. This now is executive get this. I mean, the judiciary get the business now. How the first lady office get business now? Yeah, okay. I know this was Salone politics and not put me much there. First lady are just a guest in a situation. So it can get all in timeline, not to in the investigate now, not in office they do them, now the police them. So now they put the bag also the bag there. The reality now is the only thing we expect from the first lady office, maybe then get a forensic lab for can help put some money there, or then find a victim support center. Like let me say, America now 70% of the rape in America then they report on a school. 70% of picking in a school and they go report to the teachers. Then we not get that side. They picking if they touch it now, who don't go talk to? Who said they go? They don't get side for go. So if we talk about rape now, 80% of the cases in a Salone, then they throw them out because now unless somebody confess. We get for come back on drawing board and get a comprehensive plan how for work on this. Not about just can begin to make slogan and jump not the way go put sets and feel the jump. This not make one sense. Okay, which is what they can now. So now, and again, look, if we not put this tier together, now nonsense with paper. Then we put a special code for nothing next year. Would I prosecute say where you not get forensic lab for police and person do? How you go prosecute somebody with 80% of the picking and then papa and brother and cousin they do where the family go tell you not put the family shame na do. So then number rise up because Boku picking begin get the sensitization when they ask for. Now make Boku let's say we don't continue plenty. We don't beg Boku picking in a Salone where there's not God kill. When I rape them and kill in a house. Okay, so if we really want to fix this problem, we need to be truthful to ourselves. We need to be truthful to ourselves and say how we want to solve this problem. Because we say the diaspora can raise money and go put that forensic lab right now. The point is, what I get for now? How effective the lab get for big? How we get for sensitize the people? So these are questions first we need to answer. If we don't answer that question, all of the answer is a waste of time. Khadijah in case, now substantial evidence they get forget.
Yeah.
They're not forget. It's just substantial. Somebody get for cancer. This person get this person get admit. Now, if you're not going to admit, this case get for go to a end back, a done, and at the end of the day, now God name come back. That same God don't mark thousands of became being gone. Now get for continue the mark then because of we continue for stay in that old lane, but we want something new. It not get for happen. White man not get JK, they not get horn, they not get juju, but they prosecute them, case them. What do they do? Then they learn. When they learn, they implement. Then get lie detector test. They don't want to get Morima for put boom in echo or put pots in the belly, but they will tell you when you lie, when you don't lie. What they do? Then involve. We get for staff for moving away from that country business. Not to all saying yes, some they work, but some they left for begin. This now 2020. They'll go to something new. That old thing not work again. Some of them pick not all that person that them papa they rape them. Now them boy they rape them. This now inside the family did. Most of them pick they rape now uncle and rape them. That same person for protector and raper. How you for how should I begin for going that same host and the feeder? I for report. What I for report to? What the test if you report now with this OC again, believe this OC again. When the support center will say picking goes, if my the get now if for go outside people will take care of her. We not get her. So before we go to all entail, long find for us for them, don't find solution for us to them problem for us. Special code can be like no we get special code for I mean already did it. What is continue? We then can do it also. Policeman just represent na Makeni, what's in commodity. Then see the man they can steal. Then see then they can lock the COVID. Then they can lock the city and not get food for her. The person because they get not teeth instead the person that cannot teeth. So the point is now is this culture that we for again. I don't mean then can case tell na for free. I don't put on a politician in foot. Fatima Biona presenting WEF. Anyone for doing make a man win election. Okay. At the end of the day, law will put on the police and foot and the courts. And then two sides get this whole thing. I know me, this is the answer for a girl when I left me out of this. I don't get nothing away. I know that organization they do. So I know go there without putting me, I'm not putting money, I'm not going to put money there. So what they do, and they know they bother me. But the courts, when at them, they don't drop this. And the police, now they we need for the call out. And we need for stand, make sure so we're going to before that court every single day until something happen. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You make some really salient points then. You know, waiting with they even begin to talk about court system. Where first of all, now 2 grand doctor na the one whole country we get we're capable of testifying in court. Waiting with they begin to talk about even a court system. Where first of all, now 5 lawyers then they assign to the court. And watch this. These 5 lawyers are not full-time lawyers. These 5 lawyers are only going to come sit when they have time to come sit in the cases. Because then they work full-time for, you know, the work full-time now within the other court system, so they are not dedicated to sit on the cases permanently full-time. Waiting with the talk about, you know, a court system where you say that the midwives them they consult or train, but midwives cannot even testify in court. So what are you doing with the resources? Anyways, make I not go down the line. I get a lot of lists and I get a lot of things then for talk about. But Mr. Saccoh, make I ask you a question. This week we see the president talk about, you know, a one-stop shop center. And they say then go get 5 of them centers then they all over the country. We are talking about 16 districts. Make I just break and down no more to the district itself. You say 5 center. 5 center will get 16 districts then. Okay? You dey talk about one-stop shop. Waiting inclusive now this one-stop shop. Now we are seeing a situation where, you know, the rape so rampant in the country. You know, we know they see the aid from the tail. A president talking about a one-stop shop, but you know, go to the finite details of waiting this one-stop shop will be, you know, inclusive of. Now, as we sit on here, we talk about, you know, little Khadijah too, Khadijah, and we talk about all of the other Khadijahs then. Waiting you feel say as a practitioner, waiting you want for see included now this center and our 5 centers even to begin with enough, because we are talking about 2 years on since the answer of our girls campaign, a year on, a year past since the declaration on rape as an emergency. And we know for say before you call something emergency, you don't already put some contingencies them in place for make you get a quick absorption of waiting to happen.
All right. Thank you, Miss Matilda. You know, I will say this, it makes me sick where I see them grandstanding there. It makes me sick whilst your slogan will not get follow up. It makes me sick while I see all political parties, they vote him up in parliament, all man they condemn rape, like saying a teacher they call in a class 1, they answer me present. Makes me sick. Enough is enough. This talk here for bait people away they vote for you is enough. Then don't take advantage of the intelligence of the Sierra Leonean masses. For too long, they're not they do nothing. And I don't send audio, video out all them days here to that fact. You understand? So if the president don't put one-stop shop, Lord, we say that is a beginning of something. We don't know waiting day inside. Now, waiting then get for include inside, Lord, we make sure say they not choose people them because the person go campaign for them. This person an engineer, but then go take and go put on a social welfare office. We not sabi waiting a psychology, and not sabi who that sabi interview picking, how for interview picking, when the rape picking traumatized, whether the picking traumatized or not, whether if you ask him in certain way, he go afraid, he not go tell you whether rape him because of a don't sense say a day in trouble, you not to a professional for do the job. This is what is going on. When we go to parliament, this is all political parties. When we don't win election, we begin look for who that campaign for win at enough. We go find one team in the man, we put them. Then the balance now all na man. If not a team in the na power, where look who that vote for an at the south. Now man they go put na the south. Now only reason not to because they believe say the person competent, not because that person is strong and get numbers na the south. But everybody else where they put na the ministerial position, these are people that they're not able to execute the job. So Lord, we do justice to Khadijahs before Khadijah. Lord, we do justice for stop other Khadijahs to follow to the graveyard. Lord, we do justice. Lord, we do justice to gender-based violence. Woman, we're grown, 20, 30, 40-year-old, 50-year-old. In the past, he take phone, he call him brother. Hey, John, Bodi Abokana, but you know, say, don't 8 o'clock. Let you go left me. They go to that court and I go buy something. It don't 8 o'clock. Waiting to because if they friendly somebody not map na corner go rape up. It become a prisoner inside in your country where not commit any crime. We they talk about Khadijah, but this is larger than Khadijah. This is bigger than Khadijah.
Absolutely.
So what me don't say, this first lady in thing, another pan politics, another pan anything. Everybody know, but anyhow way you do, somebody will call you SLPP or call you APC or call you anything. It doesn't matter, you're not safe. But it between you and you, God will make you. Whether not for the people like they or not for let you get political appointment or because you sympathize with someone. Me not go put any political party over 7-point-something million Sierra Leoneans. I refuse to do that. And we where they do that, we they do injustice to the rest of the people. Because now we have selfish reason why we could do them. When these hands of our girls don't sit down for a long time, they don't dormant. Fatima came here to New York. Everybody see they raised some money within some hours. As you don't I think
$20,000.
Exactly. As you don't I think I say okay. Since the announcement of this, what have they put in place? What has been done? Have they gone around the districts to sensitize people? At that time, nothing. This same VOS, when I go check the archives, this same VOS, I put an attack, but a genuine attack where they speak to the problem. I say, listen, Madam First Lady, this hands off our girls to me now a slogan. To me now a slogan, now for find a way for make the agenda where you want for you and your man and political party let it move forward. And we need to stop that. They take advantage of the people. I'm not talking because I hate First Lady. I'm not talking because I hate SLPP at all. If it be APC, I'll do the same thing. I say so. This I don't do at this field for a very, 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 very long time. I said, make a give you tips. One, go around the country. Make you sensitize the nation about this. Two, when you finish sensitizing the nation, don't stop there. Put a point of contact outside them picking, then go clandestinely without anybody knows that then go make the report. Because that is paramount because picking afraid. Make sure those things are there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the police, because when you say police, psychologically, they make the person afraid. Even where they are today, would they England, would they America? Woman call man for him. I like a man beater inside us. Inside America, not the Western world. Where in family area and I say he call police. Hey, that woman na for left. He call police for you.
Yeah.
Even if na almost if they kill that woman and the need for that woman need for save himself, the only way go save that woman na police. So psychologically, enough fine, let you direct the picking to police. It not go work. So I put those things in place. Lord, we find the public. I even say if una need for call, we come in and give una some kind of idea or expert the way then a Salone. Contact them. Nobody did until we don't go the verbal assault in that way and VOS for so long. Would they in day out? But that's no you say First Lady they go around the country. The first I was here na McKinney, which is good. I commend you. But after that, what was in place? How picking will contact? Is there a website when them picking them go they register, or is there anything that they do for them picking there? For let them able, like where Mr. Trawali they say, where is the place where somebody abuse an adult woman, a man beat and take nearly one kill him? Where is the place for that woman to go for let it relax there so that it's safe completely until this thing is investigated and done? Where is it? There is nothing like that. Now you go to map, it go hurt me because I so vexed. Why I see Dr. Konde Kole Yumkela, member of the National Grand Coalition, party was support wholeheartedly, way everybody know. A campaign day in, day out. It hurts me what I see the team up na parliament, they say, this rape against we girls, a blah, 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 blah. It come out. The opposition leader, INSEFCAM, SLPP leader, INSEFCAM. Are we going to wait until somebody is killed, then we go and make photo shoot? Or we need for prevent instead of we cure? Which one? Would they wait till something happen? I believe they say prevention is better than cure. But in these people's eye, is cure before prevention, which is wrong. So they get everything totally wrong. These people are incompetent. I don't tell anybody. If me not be president, if they want, they can call me dictator. You know go come mess me country. I will dissolve parliament. Just like where Boris want do now. How they call the man? Now England. Where they say, hey, I will dissolve it because we are not the work for the people there. So waiting me, they say, I know the hell and I because Khadijah and her family or these. No, I go tell you another case where VOS take up. VOS take up a case, then beat one pikin. Beat and tell them render and paralyze 12-year-old girl, and you, I go need you tomorrow, Miss Cole. So that's not order. It's not invitation anymore, Miss Cole. I go need you tomorrow on my show. Then beat this 12-year-old pikin. Then paralyze this pikin. This is 1 year ago. We get bad name. VOS get bad name because of me. We get at this money and I hold that money like this. They come in as well. What if I don't trust you? I don't trust you. I know the culture that I came from. I say this money, the person who I believe now in the cargo this money, and they do exactly what our lady do. Guess what? They don't want to all man don't talk. Mr. Taiwo then they are. Mr. Taiwo call me many times. Mr. Saccoh, I say no way. If they want to do me no than me. Finally, Miss Cole, I sent this money to not to my family, not to the director of advocacy network, because I know I not to go between, because Salone like talk. I pay in your transport out of my own pocket, not from the money I get out of my pocket. I say go meet the Saccoh family. Not give the Saccoh family money. Take the Saccoh family, go to the parents of this pikin who don't paralyze, and then go to the Paramount chief. They say, why you want to involve Paramount chief? I say I go involve her because I want let him be the weight for make sure this pikin go hospital within 2 to 3 days. Una go na the Facebook, una go hear me the talk. We inside the video. They don't care this money. This is 1 year. This pikin are paralyzed. They never took this girl like the way I tell them, say, let them admit the pikin na hospital, let them do surgery so he go able to work out. I went further. I said, this now $1,300 and something. After this money done, I said, me, Lance and Saccoh, I go pay out of my pocket for pay the doctors. Then any other money where this pikin hospital bill, where this pikin are going call. Paramount chief, I said, I beg you, I rely on you. For God and Nabi, let you supervise this. I called that man 20 times and 8 audio messages. He not ever returned me call the day after where the pikin supposed to admit was Thursday. We agreed on. I called him on Friday. He never picked up my phone. I called him on Saturday. He never picked up my phone. I called him 20 times. He never picked up my phone. Up to today, where they sit down. That pikin look under. They not go admit her. There is no record for say them go admit her. Then we they talk about Khadijah now. That picking the person will beat and take it, make it paralyzed. Take today in the run at treat. In a man in brother get pharmacy, they haven't arrested her. Waiting the police they do, like what Mr. Taiwo say. Waiting the police they do. How come they're not competent enough for able to hold one person will beat 12-year-old picking nearly killer. One person, that picking the line village by Masunga, they sit up a wheelchair. They sit up a wheelchair. So for let Khadijah and young back go down the drain, yes. But Miss Cole, to your point, government not they do anything. If you want, you clap for your political party till you tire. If you want what done this, you send mommy cost back. Now you business. Me mama no sabi book. When I hear me mama name, na full name you get a Madinga name. If you are right, when you tell me mama Facebook, you go feel say that day you go wash your face. So,
Mr. Saccoh, not just coming quick. Yeah, I know I'm going to say. We hope and trust on the politician there. With the politician, essentially use rape as a weapon within themselves. When the elections and then the same way for go all woman and let them rape them as a weapon. And then see people they put we up and trust inside they will come fight to it. We all will do better about say them. What about you, Auntie Marty? I mean, come on.
Anyways, I want to go to one video where the young people in a salon, they had enough. And then takes to the streets. Then take to the streets demanding justice for Khadijah and demanding justice for each and every Khadijahs out there. The known and unknown Khadijahs. And may I even be so quick to say, when I use the word Khadijah, and I use the word Khadijahs, even though it's a female name, please know that in this moment, I also think about the boy picking them, the Alasan and the Alusain them, where we knocking a ribot. But where this same thing they happen to them. I want to make una watch waiting the young people and do and waiting them say.
We can't begin the one and all live. They don't die, but physically, psychologically, emotionally, they are traumatized. We don't tire.
Fumble them on I don't see. We don't see the hands of our girls march, demonstration against rape. We don't see the Black Tuesday protest against rape. We don't even see as recently as a couple of days ago, yesterday, I believe, we see the march, the 100 Men's March. The Men's Initiative 100 Men's March against rape. We now see the genuine frustration, the pure frustration and anger. And the young people, they are so. They don't tire. They don't tire for make a man and they take them body make play cook. They don't tire for make man and they take them body make scorecard. They don't tire. They don't know waiting for do again. Like one pan then say, bo, I can't left me picking to me brother anymore. I can't left unto me uncle anymore. I can't left unto me cousin anymore. I can't left unto me papa anymore. How? How did we get here as a society? How did we get here as a nation? But you see, like the little Khadijahs who were not able to articulate what was going on with them. Maybe Khadijah was 5. Maybe she can put 1 or 2 words together. Put yourself in the shoes of a 1-year-old. Put yourself in the shoes of a 2-year-old. Put yourself in the shoes of a baby that is just months old. Oh, and there is something that we not often talk about. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who is disabled. Oh yes, because disabled people themselves, they face the same thing. They suffer from the same menace. Madam Anita, this is not one segment of the population where we not can talk about. We can talk about the rape on the baby them. We can talk about the rape on the young one them, the adolescents them, the old one them. We know they talk about the rape on the boys. We know they talk about the rape on a segment of our society that is every part. We form every part and fabric of a nation, and that's the disabled. Whose kind protections then they for the disabled? I can imagine none. Because if we will get an and foot able to talk, we barely can get justice. I wonder the one them where God not give them the sababu for get, for be agile as we are. Waiting then they face.
Well, to me, there's a whole lot of issues around which they talk, and everything makes sense. From Mohammed to Mr. Saccoh, Mohammed touched a key thing. What we they talk about? Oh yeah, where they say, where are the centers? Where the support? Mr. Saccoh asked the same thing. Imagine how frustrating I don't be all the years, like coming from the UK, we know so we get shelter for all the issues there. We get a temporary accommodation. That was one of our main mandates to work in this country. Say I want to, I come and ship out a whole lot of things, but the space not been there for make them give me a whole lot of promise. Nothing works. Even as I talk to you now, then get to Rainbow, when they look at the medical side for help and psychosocial support for the victims. Then get the FSU, when they handle these issues, when they thought some feet say, okay, police not go able to do all things. Make them break a segment from the police, then bring them as a family support unit for look at all violence, child protection issues and everything. Now, it make organizations like UNFPA, this country might tell you, like, I don't know if Mohammed or Mr. Saccoh say, like what happened in England, we get a Victoria Crown Day law, we come inside because of the abuse. Where incident happen now in then they bring in laws. Me as a social worker, I can always tell in England, I say I know the wait, I know the risk, I become a law. The reason be where it happen at the time, then you upgrade and law, then suicide and flock, suicide only, then close the gap, then bring in new policies and procedures. So in here, now the international organizations and then get that power for say law move go so. Because this all country depend on donor. We no able get money for we self. What they keep say more move this initiative. Some of we come will get the initiatives there with the small money we'll go, they able to support people, but we can't do it in a larger scale. You they find out say if the international community not come or big organization when an international organization will say I put me money for this, you know they work. Now the fear I get what I tell you say I trust the government but I don't trust the process. Even with the new courts where they come, you go here later say fundings and constraint order for pay lawyers, for speed out. We'll get legal aid. Legal aid board on day. When are they help for all the cases for the people that we not get. When they go up in this court, legal aid they can inside. Social gender and children's affairs say the ministry, the new ministry say that they work with legal aid, then they work with nurses there where they don't go train. And that is what a Rainbow they do. Why we not go upgrade the FSU? Why we not go upgrade Rainbow? Rainbow get 5 centers at the districts, then they work McKinney, Bo, Kenema, Freetown. Why we not go upgrade them for make them do this work? Because literally, I tell you, waiting me understand waiting inside the one-stop center. If you go on my Facebook, I write and they say Rainbow or FSU plus Rainbow is equals to one-stop center or one-stop shop. Realistically, I just want for bring people and bring back. No can begin what you not get for continue. This country now so we go starting won't not get for continue. When government take their initiatives and they're out there in the UK, we have a shelter run organizations. Not so government they do them. Social services they for make them link you, then bring you, then give contracts. Okay, we forget cases and I also they go. The same with foster care and they when our social services they do them. So not so not implement because where government not get the funds, this local or international NGO will able to support and go raise funds and continue the job. So that is why when governments can come, they can challenge some initiatives where this government can we die, the other hand come then kill her. So it's a waste of resource playing with people in minds, like Mr. Saccoh they say. If they play with people in minds, you they disturb the people that you not respect them, you not care about it. So me, I still, and I don't get a big mouth about it, I'm still skeptical. We have 5 rainbow centers. Why can't we establish in the 16th district? We have 5 new. And not get me wrong, if we're able to keep them, now a good one, because sometimes we say the people are not able to go, then they come now one place and get all the service and it is nice. But my problem, why I'm skeptical about it, how are we going to sustain it? Now, I see Save the Children, I need to support this. If there is no Save the Children, there are no funds coming in. How are we going to keep it as a government? We're not going to frustrate the effort of the people and make the people and not trust the process. Even when they do and then bring in all training, now Rainbow, now you go do the training because now they get the expertise. Why can't we support this organization? For make them able to and bring in the law, we say, okay, inside there, we go even McKinney and Rainbow they can build center inside the hospital. They say, okay, police go there, you go able to do them. Then we go start new thing. We're not going to take, we know we are. So obviously the points they all wanna bring, we look at the frustration, Boku. We trust the government, I will repeat it, we don't trust the process. Then we open a fast courts, then we'll make a one-stop center. Are we going to upkeep it forever? Who is going to fund it forever? Then big organizations, and then they look at loophole, who side then they can okay, when I go start away 10 reach them with all, they say they don't get. And you as a government, you don't get the power. This whole country sits on donor. Now we wait and give him money or they loan with people in the club. They don't know say they're not slaves to. So until we get them right, the time we get the evaluation for say charity they go with entrepreneurship. Now are going into business. Why able do what they do now people in Fisia and it's get money. Me business what they do now they pull the percentage I do. Now we they run a rescue mission. We're not so nobody now motoka way and donate. God bless the one the way think about it. They have been doing hard work in this country. Now for fear and I get for the fear and but I like na me donate and call me with the go rest. The whole of Gomali this guy I like na the dead village today with the go take. Even we not get the line where Mohammed, that answer now, Mohammed and start waiting. The line for safety, 116 Don Bosco, 9 the run now get child line. Me say they apply for Ghana, South Africa, they say Don Bosco get her. The line is not going everywhere in the country. How can you do a call here and treater in McKinney? You go for them first and switch on, then you contact people. When you go, even then there was a case in Kabbalah where rape happened. If you not get motoka, they not get fear. So for me, they're not even, we know the line, we not get safety line. Now we don't grab, we don't donate, we get a line now for this COP, this committee of practice, for make we go able to give them the public line and this say, we not call we wait till happen, we get a rescue mission, we go take it, we cannot able to talk. Mr. Saccoh, you they say, can the kids go on the internet? No. Even the big one there, where them big so they're not abused, they're not no technology. I can't even go there. Tomorrow, as they tell, we get a big program now for picking their way, then they able to go on Zoom like this. We get whole time with them and teach them. 5 iPhones they now get. Where now they bring them, then they buy 15 for many more they enjoying. The other picking in the world, now this one no country, for me them we able to connect and see how COVID affects them. So forget about who side they report. The fear, the case we get in there. Then tell the pikin say the pastor where then say alleged perpetration we go do one. It says 7-year-old tell and say na tick na go under me. Where we go then go check tick no boss the drugs, but where they ask the pikin waiting the adult tell and I tell. Now the police then they say first case go na police. We don't go do we own initial assessment. We get form cell, we get all the details where the pikin in mama tell me. You know the emotions the pikin are they work they limp. You know the emotions where the mommy get now left in picking like how that woman Matilda they ask you. We not go left for pikin again we go market. I read down the vivile now happen to that woman. Now he blame himself. Why wait I don't do it? Just move na that location. He left into a neighbor. This man, here 4-year-old with this 7-year, now then through the left as a man of God. Now use it go be a banana tick. Now they go rape the pikin. The pikin sit down at the car where mama can tell her mama na kata. Where they talk na car and go hospital. Where they not sabi for reports. The pillars them for report they don't know. You first take and first na rainbow. Now the evidence may not lost. So we argument we not get the professional now for do all these findings. For more, we will get the right perpetrator. But maybe once we don't see say rape happen, penetration, all the perpetrators may come to justice. We don't need 100% policeman and don't go na radio then they are. Say if they're not get 100% case, then it's way the 9-year-old way Mohammed talk about now the say now soldier man I rape am. Then throw away they all the case then say they not get 100% evidence. You can imagine it's a whole lot of frustration, you know. It's a whole lot of it. Me, I feel drained sometimes.
It's a lot. Na boku for handle. It really boku for handle. Me fumble them. The phone line then don't open. Una can call and give una contribution and get una say or if una get question for the panelists then. But as we wait for the calls, them for come inside as the phone lines then don't open, we go give 2 minutes to each caller today. 2 minutes to each caller for make them contribution. Mr. Taiwo, I want to ask you a question. Recently, I find out say the SFA, when at the Special Assault Syndicate, when under the FSU they operate, their own annual budget where the government they give them 4 million.
Wait.
No, I am serious. Madam Anita don't confirm with me.
4 million.
That's about $400.
No, not dollars, leons, please.
No, 4 million leons. I just was saying about. I mean,
yes, Mohammed is right.
Assault syndicate. On that day, the FSU operates the annual budget allocation by the government now 4 million leon. Now, I also find out, say, the FSU not even get bank accounts. So now, with the realization of this, Who is playing who here? And who is joking who? Who is the joker here? Because someone has to be the joker in all of this. Someone has to be the joker. If you if you get the AFS, when are the special assault syndicates, then under then in the FSU get the mandates for work. Then a 4 million you no more you they give them. 4 million you know. Now you they crash give them.
Again, we get call on the line. Mac just doing this quick because my man always to time now, yeah. Okay? They're not serious about fighting this thing. This the whole thing are not serious about it. And people then come in the streets and just want for sure say, hey, one put on you after 2 days, if people then stop for one street, this case don't go away. We don't wait back for the next one, we'll back. That's it. Okay. The reality now is we are dealing with politicians. The politicians, sex is part of the game. Okay. Most of them are in a parliament. They still 15-year-old, 13-year-old picking and 12-year-old picking and to them for iPhone for $2,000, $3,000. I mean, $2 or $2 on the news. The mama then I'm going to go give my man house. Mama say, don't say, picking still big man. You know, they talk nothing because it's in a little bunga for car. This is the reality. This is the culture. Now we face the truth. These guys in a parliament, they don't want nothing for do this case here because they're self not part of the perpetrators. Them. Okay?
I go to we call her them.
So they don't waste time now. Do I beg? Before.
What's your name and who's saying it? Hello,
So sorry.
Hello, yes, hello.
Yes, caller. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Brenda Conte. I call from London now early morning to win but I just want to contribute. I'm sorry, you need to come. I come up from a. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I come up from a very different angle with regards to this rape issue. I just want to be a miss small. The angle let me come out.
You can press your voice small because we get difficulty for you.
Okay, you are hearing me now?
Much better.
You are hearing me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes,
Okay, yes. What I refer for say, with regards to me, rape is rape, meaning bad is bad. I don't know, you go in London, obviously we get social work, we get places whether they call it WHO, whatever organization, okay? Now, it's fine, let them be. That's not a problem, okay? But when it comes to rape here, anybody where they rape small people, big one, in fact, they need to go to big people then because they know for safe, then go big people control, then they lost them. Because like me, so me also, person can rape me, tell you they succeed. I don't bet you, understand? So then they go to the small people, they're powerless, okay? Now, for me, any human being or whoever they are, because some of them are not call them human being. When they go to rape small people, they are call that person a human being, like a demon, okay? Because a spirit will not enter inside you. For like you look a small picking, you get picking there. Some of them born picking, not even for talk about the one where they live on with your own picking. That is on a different class of demon. Okay? Now they enter them. So for me, your side, you understand? At the end of the day, there are 2 punishments we get for possibly the rape. That's one, okay? The punishment, because me not a demon, a demonic spirit, Andy. You understand? Now nasty evil spirits, and enter possible. Now basically for prayer for we land, for them demons, then they. And secondly, when they catch somebody, then they talk about Fatima, they talk about mob justice. Because like Christ, hallelujah. Then you know, business is not going to be. Because person not going to be as you don't. I don't talk because on social media, we think we go do this person, okay? But when Fatima they talk about mob justice when it comes to rape, I support 100%. Because they talk in the way they talk about dog and everything. I know they call somebody where they rape small picking dog. I don't know why they call way less than dog, okay? Because it's painful. You understand? I feel the pain of Khadijah and people there. I feel the pain of parents there. When they don't rape them picking. This dog has nothing to do with politics. Because at the end of the day, they get from their kingdom. From the biblical days, rape day. You understand? From APC days, rape day. You understand? So we also put hands together and stop this nonsense with the gun and with country because it costs to we land. That's in the 90 they are like we land. WHO not there for saving. WHO a money making organization then. Foster care not there for save that rape day. You understand? Then rehabilitate somebody where they rape, they go rape even in this country. Come on, you go rape back again. I remind the wars. You're gonna speak it and demon and inside them. So that's all I pray for we land. Let that stupidity there and that crazy spirit there, where they make them big man there. Yeah? What is the enter them for and when they kick them, let them do them what is past life imprisonment. You understand? And let me tell them right now, they want what message before I go die
so
time don't
I go get for if you get any more contribution, I go ask you for call again just because now 2 minutes at the give and I give few times after 2 minutes to make a get a lot of callers them and a lot of views and make we not delay with the show. So I go to the next caller. Caller waiting on your name and who say you call for.
Yes, hello, this is Janet Matamusa, calling from the United Kingdom. I don't listen to the program to this point, and this rape issue, I think to say we did look at the top, you know, the rape itself, but waiting me go on for do, ask government for do, is to look at causation within the cause young man them for rape small picking them. You know, I mean, when you look at different countries them, you find out say there's so much similarity. Post-war countries them, lots of them, Congo, Liberia, of course Sierra Leone, Rwanda, they get rape issues. But within some of them countries they do, then young boy they also, and try to give them training, skills training, provide them with jobs and stuff like that, make them busy, engage their minds. But you know, but Salone, all these promises were made and they were not stood out. Well, Miss Anita, I really listen to you, and I know say you're not a social worker, you know, because something that we say where I really want for let you going forward. What that is, you don't recognize say there is a structure of failure in the system. You know, you talk about child protection, you talk about accommodation for children, phone lines and whatever for let it begin a report. All of these things are missing in the system. Instead, that NGOs and the program. You know, but when you don't study social work in England, people happy for see you get a working document for go to the government and say, listen, when I get a ministry of social welfare, when I need for follow the example in England, when I copy this country also, and this way when I go able to walk forward, I would like to, after this program, I really like to get in touch with you because there is so much you can bring. You know, when you talk about Victoria Kilimbe, you know, I do a child law, and I understand the failures in the system. Even though this country is so advanced, yes, and they fail picking it. Victoria Kilimbe, other children, you will know the story. But you know, like you said, that way something happened and they need to fix the law. You know, so say alone they made laws, but they are not enforcing these laws. And so this is where this working document is very important. You know, I hope say as we go forward with a force with government. I mean, Parliament is there to make laws, not to they enforce them. So we have to come back to the table, to the government, and say to the government, there's something that you need to do. Listen to the professionals. Somebody like you, somebody like Mr. Saccoh, people that we get a professional training here for come together and make this rape issue. You know, for FETAM, the police are not able. You need professionals. I just want to say thanks to everybody on the panel. You guys are making a great stride. Thank you.
Thank you. So I go move on to the next caller if we get a caller on the line. If not, I go give me panelists and time for respond. Caller waiting on your name and who say the call from.
Hello.
Hello, caller waiting on your name and who say the call from.
My name Simeon Lahai Karimu. I the call from Canada, Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay, if you can ask your voice up small so we go able to hear you.
Yeah, my name Simeon Lahai Karimu. I the call from Canada, Edmonton, Alberta.
Okay, welcome to the show. What do you get for we this evening?
Yes, I just watch this child abuse where it take place in Sierra Leone. I just been on the follow up with this live conversation where I really get interest over as he say Fatma Biobi don't start this kind of program where everybody be the criticizer at the beginning, but that's not the problem in Sierra Leone. Me, they actually look at it like a cancer. Because just like what they watch Mr. Saccoh, they contribute, the other parties that they contribute, as he said, the problem, how for Takwam, if we say they wait for experts, we get laboratory for proof, we get for delay actions. Waiting me, they see the first two components, the way I believe where they look at, I want let government really try for sensitize that area. The paramount chiefs them, the chiefs them at the country. Because most of these things, they happen at the rural areas. And they happen at urban area as well. But then chiefs and some of them, either they know or they don't know about them. That's number one. To the village level, it will be a general communication with strong consequences. Some of these things, if we go to parliament, let them put punishment and let them make a mandatory for say you where they hide them. You are also part of that, which is and let the consequences. Then the second thing, the law enforcement. With Sierra Leone, law enforcement and Sierra Leone and the police and then also the judicial section is completely corrupt. If you don't get money in Sierra Leone, your problem not going to be listened to. You go spend small money, you go to police, you go follow all the law, but once you don't get money for begin, spend a bien, you case. That's why you case the left. The police is a complete disappointment in that country. I just believe, say, any civilized country, what made the country there all day, where it's settled, they develop, now the police. Police, they play vital role in a society. Now they enforce the law. You broke the law, they follow up with you, they deal with you, whether you are rich, you are poor, even a president, they put you to book. But with police has been politicized. So it means if you don't get money, even if you get problem, we go, they say, in fact, you will go report. You right, they become you wrong, and they hunt you back. So the problem in Sierra Leone is really a cancer. This thing, Lord begin addressing from the village level. Lord begin addressing from witnesses. Lord begin make sure say the families the way that they condone with this kind of abuses. Let them deal with them. Let will begin set example. Sierra Leone will be a law country, not lawless country. I can feel like you go holiday. You get problem and even you tell the police where they go make you complain, you don't want yourself, now so it left. Now for just turn you back no more.
All right, thank you very much.
So there is no justice in the system. How are we going to correct that justice? That's not the point number one. But don't wait for this forensic. This forensic, they all can come, will still get problem. Let the paramount chiefs, the local chiefs, the town chiefs, the stakeholders, the community, leaders, youth leaders, let us put law. If possible, let the government review Sierra Leoneans. Let every Sierra Leone get number. Because people they do bad, then they go away with them bad, then they. But if Sierra Leoneans get what they call social insurance number or social security number or any number whether they use for go school, for go find job, some of these things we can use them for tie them on. Because
make some really salient points them, but I go be completely unfair if I make you the carry on the talk over even the 3 minutes where I don't accord you. So if you get more, as the show they go on, and if we're still there, you can come on and talk, or you can make comments during the, put your ideas them in the comment box as well. But you make some really good points then, and I appreciate them points then. I go to the next caller on the line. Caller waiting on your name and we'll say the call from.
This is not Danny. I call from Maryland.
Okay, what do you get for we this evening, Tim?
Well, I don't listen to the program and I've been to follow this rape issue for a little bit, although I've been lost track later on. But, I really respect the speakers, even the previous people who make contribution, they talk about laws, talk about social work and social workers and the different units they were not put up. Where down and they find outside people and civilize. Now, it makes students in work apart like the US and UK and other areas. Salone, with the animal they all get there. They don't know what's in the Let we not overburden the government. The government already getting the way. The government, they do heavy lifting at the moment. Then creature Yahweh, they do the anything here to me. Now law of the jungle. Like that pastor, I for just castrate if I'm picking to so. That boy we go for like Khadijah. If not be me, Khadijah not be me family. We don't kill a long time. Now we government they can do it now. Yes, that draconian measures in Nandi, but I swear to God for me, Nadan and did work na in Salome the now they listen to. The very one they within a positions of trust. When I read and they talk about the key to them small picking the within the fella. Now make them why we get mind the do unto them picking and they because they want the way they before then they do nothing not happen. So how you go set a tip for catching thief in this case? My dear, for me, Danny, anybody do want to me picking or me family in picking what catch a castrator. If I not pull you balls come out the court you to excuse me for my Spanish.
The family program.
Now the law of the jungle you for apply under. Them people they know they understand all the civilized talk on the talk, so they may understand them. Treat them like the boot beast where them be. Now that no one feels they go understand. When like this one that pastor we go for that 7-year-old, so me God and this day when they come and they meet me, she don't looking body later on me in the arrest. That boy we follow Khadijah na me picking as I reach so I don't pull in got anger na neck next to your auntie. Now the only way that they get for stop. Now the only way, if we not believe, we not talk from now again 10 years down the road back. One day I go call on the back and say, remember I've been telling her, you know they go Norway. Norway not get for go. I used to know they talk so no more nine. We in the dressing bed, go put all the organization and police one in the put charge one. The policeman enforce. I go give somebody 4 million budget for handling like sensitive issues like this. But like I say, the government already they do heavy lifting. Me, if he left to me one, now law of the jungle will apply. No, I know they waste time 1 minute with them people there. By the time at the year say you don't do me picking so I reach the to go you for the don't I did the body them for me today. Then they call me now we'll go talk and at the court. Because me no say they're not going to kill me and you will go to 30 years now. Once you don't go before you finish me picking, I don't finish you. Period. Now my own contribution only.
Okay, so I hope some panelists then they take notes because I go can't now. But if I interrupt now, I go get for can't take the colors then. But I want to take the last 3 colors then at the line so that I go give una sufficient time for the una closing and una inputs them. I go take the last.
Hello? Once you don't go before you finish me picking, I don't finish you.
Follow with my name and the call from.
It's not Ali Iskandi.
Hello. Talk.
At the call.
Voice up for we small, dear.
It's not Ali Iskandi and at the call from California.
Yes, sir. How body, sir?
Fine, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Okay. So, I don't listen to all this conversation about people that they support mob violence. I think when wait, I know they hear you. Good afternoon.
Hello? Come on, we hear you.
Don't they listen to all this conversation about when everybody will in charge with a criminal offense get a right, what they call to due process. If you're able to appear in a court, if you're able to get a right, a presumption of innocence. We cannot continue for take we country into a level of lawlessness, particularly regardless of the emotional feeling we get towards the issue. And I support everybody on the panel. We say, if somebody raped me, they have to kill the killer. You understand? But that's me, Ali Iskandi, not Ali Iskandi, the lawyer. You understand? And we get to understand, say, we cannot allow the first lady of the nation for continue for advocate for things like mob violence. It was mob violence that led Sierra Leone to war. Mob violence exists in Sierra Leone today. We should create a paradigm for a paradigm for due process. So anybody, election they say after they find them guilty, they go kill them. Not a problem. But at least make it go through the court processes. Otherwise, why do we need courts? Why do we need courts? The other thing also, I know that everybody when they talk, and nobody know they on that panel, we don't try a rape case. I have. And I understand. Anybody will not believe say between the lie, talk to a teacher. A teacher will tell you, say, it's a lie. I don't represent people in the Sierra Leone community. I don't represent people in the Hispanic community. And most of the time, the people in the Hispanic community, when woman don't let a man, one of the first things the way they put in Peking up to now for tell him, let they say in Peking, let Peking talk say again. These are things that are important because when you find a situation like that, that child has to have access to a psychologist, a sociologist, and not people with an agenda. Now, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and there are people that are psychologists and sociologists that have an agenda. That agenda is to say, if there's anything a man do, now for child, and particularly if you're a black man. So, I add to this whole thing is simply this. We must never encourage more violence in Sierra Leone. If we do, we're going to take a few steps back. Because anytime when you accuse somebody of having committed a crime, the police have a duty for protect that person there when they're accused of having committed a crime until they triumph and the evidence coming. But you get to remember now, we live in a Sierra Leone where they can hide evidence, struck or convict you. We don't see that in a trial or content trial. You understand? So we need to change, and I'm speaking from a lawyer's perspective, we need to change the laws. We need to change the laws so that everybody gets a sense of fairness and justice. And more violence is a classless cause. I'm done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Iskandri. Dande na Iskandri na one
from a lawyer's perspective.
Legal analyst them na the shows on 10 day. So thank you very much for that submission day. I will go to the next caller. Caller waiting on your name and also the call from.
Yes, good evening. My name Bendo, I call from Kansas City.
Yeah, Miss Bendo, how the body?
Yeah, no bad. I tell you now all plenty thank you as usual. But I mean the most discouraging part of this whole situation are the fact say the systems they're not there in place and for I don't know if I go again right for just for say na willful act because they can complain say with a point finger up all the negative things and the negative things but the positive things and so few and far in between that nobody know they even get chance for digest with it positive because the negative they overpower the positive. I mean, look for example, then they talk about healthcare. This na issue where they don't talk about where they plague the country as a whole. But they get mind, then take millions and millions, even billions of leons for spend and pamotoka them, but then take $400 worth of loans for sponsor or finance institution. They want them they now a problem already where everybody they talk about. I mean, that's not only for being talking at time. If you make priority list, waiting most things that we want to target first. You know, feel say then they take priority and the motorcar the way they don't spend money for buy $400. Then they go. I mean, they're not ready. And me no say they're not ready because they themselves are part of the problem. Now that's I get for say. But God they watch. God will pay the all. Now that's I get for say. Thank you. Now thank you. We will die with this problem with the Salone. You know they don't. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much for your contribution. I will go to the last caller of the night.
Thank you. Thank you. We will die with this problem with the Salone. You know they don't. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much for your contribution. I will go to the last caller of the night.
Thank you. Thank you. We will die with this problem with the Salone. You know they don't. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much for your
Hello, Diana, for 20 sets down. 20 sets down. We're here right now.
Hello, caller. What's your name? I can call for.
Yeah, I wanna do. My name is Saccoh Salone. I call from Maryland.
And I
Okay,
fall
it's small
as a
for we.
victim of child abuse and rape. This issue has been not till today it starts. It don't take in a salon. All. So the country, I don't know, because of the boy picking, girl picking business, they not take woman business make anything. So now they all this don't come out. Say, oh, the boy, girl picking, no mean nothing. Oh, there's some people, like some parents, and they're not born boy picking. Say, any are not born. So because of that, they don't care how they feel, how woman they feel. Then they do all the kind of things so you know, guess how way they go lay complain. As long as you will go lay complain, first of all, your parents they believe you. If something like this happens to you, then they believe you. So now, so you do. Or for the family and namesake, then go because of the family name. They say okay, because of the family, then keep up. So this has been going on and on and on. So it's an age-old problem that at this point here, so now we don't begin, social media don't come in, people don't begin talk because people don't talk about things like this. You know, they talk, nobody they talk. You just they bear you less and so no more how it happened. And some of we lucky we're able to get out of this situation and so able for better research in other ways. But a lot of people then they wouldn't spoil where nothing not come out of them. So it's like where it reach now, people don't know they die you. People don't know they die. Don't say it just happened no more say let Khadijah be like where Floyd don't be in America. So for this like Black Lives Matter, probably not the same thing ain't gonna happen in this case here for Khadijah. Khadijah will be that person, they will die. So we all the victims then we will forget a leeway and this thing here. So now that's not my call for the country, but it's an age-old problem. And I understand you, the social worker, and also na frustration now they go through this. And we're glad you waiting like this they happen at least people able to talk. And we'll not go set too much, we'll continue for talk. Me, I'm not ashamed for talk say I have gone through this. I'm not ashamed for talking because in fact where na healing process for me where I dey talk because before it take me a long time. Me now I can at this country now the first time where I see Oprah Winfrey where he talk and the day where he talk say them the raper or whatever. Why you read that? And that day they miss herself. I tell me girlfriend, I say miss said the same thing has to happen to me, and I've been healing from that point to this, you know. So now make I just call for make I say I call as a victim of rape and of child abuse. But God help me, I able to stand today tall above water. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much to the last caller. I really hope say you don't get the healing way you need and that you don't become whole again. A glady way you get the motivation, you get the courage for stand in your truth and speak your truth. And in standing in your truth and speaking your truth, it allow you some amount of freedom, some amount of peace, some amount of rest. I'm sorry for what happened to you, but I tell God thank you that you don't get the help where you so deserve. Continue to heal, continue to live, and continue to stand in your truth. God bless you. To me panelists them, I want to give una 1 minute, quick 1 minute for Rob Motspan waiting the caller they say. So I go start with Madam Anita.
They can't give me 1 minute. Where you start, there is like one thing you talk about the disabled that I didn't mention in my statement, and you look at the rape for boys are witness and Amabelan, where they rape. Yeah, where they rape 9-year-old bobo. People then look at like saying na one fashion. For say, oh, they don't go rape that bobo. Me that day, I drop, I sick, I go to training of 60 girls. From me, we know say the rape they happen all side and they sodomize the boys them. Now we get all these other sex things then coming in. We have a whole lot of group of them because just like the last speaker I tell you, there is a demon that they unleash for Sierra Leone. Then I want to come to Ali Iskandri. Yes, I know you did come up from a lawyer perspective, but at the same time, me as a social worker, understanding that 80% of waiting the picking they tell me is true. They can lie, but they cannot process that big lie where they make. I get me on qualification. Tell me the first point I had to listen to them and understand. When I do investigation, I find out what they do with you where they come on board, we go to fed for the picking. But they tell you for say the cases that where they Sierra Leone, we know they want for support the mob justice. But the cases that where there is reality, after Rainbow do the check, we know say there is a sexual penetration, we believe say them for give that picking injustice, where systems are not in place for proof say beyond all reasonable doubt. That is the catch na Sierra Leone. At least country, I know say you go understand that thing there. Say when thing happen, then get for look at that. Now, don't bring all the delay of justice. Now, don't bring delay of investigation. Now, they promote the culture of silence and subsequent violation. That we they look at all them people are where they handle the case like they are accomplices and they accomplice the perpetrator. Because if you don't delay all them things, they say 100%. What's how they pull up? We don't get them. Please, we don't have it. And for my sister waiting at the UK, we are doing our bits. At Canada, they say child protection register. For more, we get even a whole register. UNICEF puts money. Expertise came from Canada. I was in that training after Ebola. Trust me, the whole lot of things that happened, I told them, can I support? Immediately say they support it, they don't see you as a threat. And you know, come for take somebody in job, you just want to give you expertise from all. I say they call them Primero. The database where they link the one whole country, any side where anything they happen, we go able to know how they do, how that do them. You they talk about ID cards, NI number, they don't even go there. The police clearance, so then they say go do police check na fake. Where go the way to tell and in the right to pay them the money, then go na money collection. So these are all the most you know, sometimes I just want for sleep like this discussion who they get so may I go back, I go sleep and grab with them because sometimes I go with her. It's really tough for us on the ground. Now I make her tell na diaspora, we talk too much now. Now na low camp. It's not easy. Ghana diaspora change Ghana. You're gonna change everywhere is diaspora is going to change Africa. You believe it or not, then they can't threaten you, then they kill you. All that they make blabber. Who you in on my Facebook? Whether they talk to director, Lego give I tell you say na I born, me not to stranger. May you know 10 years don't go through. Nobody know able silence me again. So on that note, they look at yes, the government getting part, they are jokers. You man don't tell why are you taking money to go put on SUVs? If you really your mindset, you not get priorities then wrong. We need to tell people we name things, call things now by their name. You can't do this. We get a poor medical structure, still in the able for go trust money in our World Bank. IMF can give them money. Then gladly, then chop all things, then go back, they left whip and go. We were not a politician. They make politics for look rosy, then can't take money and go. You cannot take money and put it into a SUV when you not go make the medical place better. Look, the hospitals, the way you go there, and they smell, stink, everything. People, me, I don't know, Sierra Leoneans and don't lost their mind go. Really, we can't continue with this until we speak truth to power. We tell them, say enough of this. Next time you go, we bring another person. If you not get Salone attacks, we had enough. It's enough. We don't get enough, man. Me na my own message down the way I get. Let's work together as diaspora. Lord will work for the good of this country. Bring your expertise. Lord will do things for our people. But if not government, will go forever stay down because everybody will get your own agenda.
Thank you very much, Madam Anita. Mr. Saccoh, I'll give you 1 minute. I will get for you.
You said it just for 1 minute.
Wow.
I will get for you 1 minute. I'll make 1 minute. I'll make a debate.
All right. First of all, I want to just say to his sister Anita, good work with you. They do. You know the kind of Sierra Leoneans where we they look up to. I know say they work under many constraints in terms of resources. I know say some thank you there you go deep your hand in your pocket to decide where we come out. We all know that. So let God bless
most of the time. Most of the time.
Right. Continue for do the good work. And I want to go again, put me on 2 cents on Miss Khadijah, Anita, what he said concerning Miss Ali Iskandria in comment. Mr. Iskandria, I know say you they come out from a defense lawyer perspective. I they go court almost some months, then they go 5 times na court on then rape cases there. We know say defense attorneys where then they come out, then they always try for put reasonable doubt on the cases of denting there. But it is very, I'm not talking about willfully do, I'm this na your own honest opinion. But it will be dangerous for the man where they Sierra Leone, where USSF don't say or somebody don't say the literacy level is very, when we say things that are not factual. I don't say me not go teach you your law side, you sabi pass me, you know pass me, I not go challenge you, I go give me opinion. But for say picking and the lie, that is not, that me go tell you say that is not true, sir. Picking them, the ages then they, now the way you they interview them, picking and they, how you they ask them questions. I go tell you, say, Mr. Ali Iskandria, most truth than they picking and they left out. If the psychologist way they ask and the question and not trained enough for lay a balance between fear and for lay a pamper the picking in at the same time again, and not direct the picking for let the picking answer question. Those 3 now you get for balance picking not go lie, especially when it comes to rape. Now we say, for example, Khadijah, me go and guarantee Mr. Ali Iskandria, if they take you for defend this case, if they take you for defend this case, Agwale, you ask Khadijah if he ever tell that woman they say in team they had him. Agwale, you ask Khadijah, he go tell you say tell that woman they that body in mama and she knows about it. That I go tell you. Me on time don't sorry.
Okay, I go to Mr. Tarawali. Mr. Tarawali, what do you get for say 1 minute?
I'm not going to protest for me 1 minute left.
No,
well, I go try first. First of all, I want to Auntie Anita thank you because you see, this night, let me go talk about say women are very intricate in society. For like you come on a UK, so you get everything, you know, say system fix everything work. You go to Salone. This one talk about angel in the flesh. We the man them, we look at profit and loss. If I left in America right now, go to South Africa, look at see what they go gain there. And this is una they move by emotion. People in a salon and not care about me job in the UK, they go one thing a salon for go save life. We now for check now how much money I get for make, I get for live my life. So we not get that time let's say for calculate that. So it's like different things about man and woman. Una God in human being. What's not they go, we know they go, the kind emotion, the kind one the step, we not be able that. Now that make a fan will protect the woman them. We the man and let's make me for protect my mother with sister them. For that come to me brother, talk about the chieftain. Yes, the chieftain are very intricate parts. But now we look at what we lost some begin lost faith in the chiefs. First of all, chief are not going to politics now too much. First thing, chief are not get time for politics. So now that don't bring some faith. Even if the chief want to go after somebody now that level, we talk so because now that person APC, the chief now SPP, they make you go after him. So they put on too much chief in foot. Secondly, the chief they say they marry them 14-50, then they give them 14-50 picking enough. 14-year-old picking 50, they can't get chief. So for that chief, we go talk off Baba so they pick the rape on the age, you know, easy. At the same time, we don't continue for victimize the victim in a salon. Where somebody go rape somebody in Peking, what time first family can say, you marry that Peking a pauper. That Peking don't want that man in the first place, now make the marry up. They go take a mark first and say, man, they go the Peking go sell man, and they go sell that man they marry those, so they get pissed in marry those, let go born for let take us a man they love them. So then culture we need to come back and change them first. My brother may talk about killing. I understand as a parent, the first thing they will kind of hear, but I think say law will not go that side. What make I say no, I think that there was a case happened once in a Calbato where they accuse a man say picking them inside Motuka. We all man mob justice, all man want for kill the man. Police then can't steal the man and can go. They can't find out that to the man not even get nothing to do with that. So sometimes as an instinct to go and rush. But as much as we fight, still make people fight for the rapist, at the same time, fight back for safe, innocent soul. No one use it as a weapon. Because just like that, they use first time, they want for kill and say rebel. Nobody asks question again if you're not able or not, and go for kill you one thing. Make you not use the same weapon when people when somebody not like Allah now say rapist. By the time people in finance say not a rapist now, just somebody hates you, they don't take your life. So mob justice, I understand as a parent, we always want for them. As a daddy, I really want to do that, but that's not the way to go. So again, what's make when they talk about forensic lab now? If a non citizen a law, if somebody do the crime, if I go spend the rest of your life in a prison, or for make sure say they for prove and beyond a reasonable doubt. DNA swap for put us an end one, but not for come with substantial evidence. So now I make the accident loud they're important. Because if you take somebody in life away for the rest of the time where they're within this world for a crime, may make sure that person then commits that crime, and you forget a result which shows that this person then commit that crime. So because of that, I make we say they lab better. Because if I was somebody going to prison, I don't say they lie for me. Because that's what happened in America, where they go lock someone in prison for 30 years, 40 years, they can't prove something to the crime. We don't want to go do that again. As much as we made the victim, then get them there in court. Don't make sure that the person do the crime, the right person put will lock up, not to the wrong person. So I know if I pass me 1 minute now, but now that's now. 5 now you don't take. Today you tell me. If I take 2, I take 10. But it's all good. And I pay back time. It's okay. I want to make the technical team play a video of with First Lady, some of the statements them way he make today, some of the rebuttals them way he give today. In as much as in his statement he say he not care, but First Lady titleship. But guess what? What gives you access to the world is because you're First Lady. What gives you access to certain things then are because of the title of First Lady. What gives you prominence to certain things then are because you're not a First Lady. So in as much as you they say you not care about the First Lady title and First Lady this and First Lady that, this na Fatima Bio the talk, I beg to differ. Until you man left power and you cease to be the First Lady, or until you decide for divorce the man and he married other woman, then the question of you not a First Lady, you not Fatima, you not a citizen, yeah, we understand all of that. But as of right now, what we know, you are Fatima Jabibio and you are the First Lady of the Republic. I go make the technical team play, waiting the mama of the nation say, and then I go come back and give me panelists then time, make them give them thoughts and give them final word.
Assalamu alaikum to everybody, and no say today we want to tell Papa God thank you first, because we country don't go back to a little normalcy. The church they start the mosque today now first Juma in a long time since coronavirus. We continue to say thank you to Papa God, and we appreciate her more. Today, I'm not saying, but people don't they wait say, but the First Lady, you not talk it, you not say that yet. I'm not going to talk, Pastor get something for can talk about. Today, I want to talk about a few things there. I want for today tell Papa God thank you and tell we Church to say big thank you. Thank you for that 15 year where you take your slam and panda idiot, Mr. Mohammed Bambura, where no afraid God go rape people begin. I want to say thank you, because that is one big example where you don't show say yes, we don't ready for do something in this country. 15 years. I still they plead to the judges they say 15 years really small for somebody where don't destroy picking in life and destroy them forever. When you destroy picking in life and make that picking they not able to do nothing in life, you self if you go prison for life, then you self go with, because we not get a place for rapists in this country. The rape in this country don't turn like a custom. Everybody know about rape now. All man they talk about rape because we get shameless man them. Shameless man them we not get shame in this country. We not get nothing for do. Like a woman them bokuso. Now we boku pass na them man them. Go Alex Chris woman self king gebele. Before you do go, you know, if a man they look Chris woman, where they na Chris market them, it was people. At the beg una come up your picking. Una left for picking and let them get peace. Picking a space, let them breathe. But I get news for una today. I want follow una know say on the 24th we get special court. That court they the only sit down for una the useless man they waiting at this country away visa na picking and no una they bien. Na for una. Where una not tired. Fatima not tired. Where una not tired for the fact that people picking them. I want to know say myself not retire. If you know why they can't talk to you, they talk to you, better you know say you're a shameless idiot man. Today, I know they call some of the name the normal force because they say you get laws then when you for father
you get waiting the way you for father. Now in the only reason we make this, they give me where they hold me small. For begin for name una, call una name, call you address, call you telephone number so that people will know say you na rapist. And they give una chance first. And the chance why they give una, and they give una chance for Lord una pray for una say let God they forgive una for una halaki sin the one they commit in this country. Tuya, na bega de beg una. Una left for picking not to market. You want shop, go na supermarket. You want go shop, go na engineering market, go buy what you buy. Una expect una set and left for picking them. Una then they represent picking they are no more shameless than they think I don't get people and back when they cover una. Una all now day after. Now una all would they fall and this now anyone per una any somewhere you run would they run after you did. Anything where say you go. No face it. This country I know they do for we and una again. You know they do. Because you know what the Chief Justice, what he already for Wasuna, as well to go soap water, self not the pool nadi. If you not stop what you they do, as well, as long as you not tired, we self not retire. Now we tell Papa go tanky, then they can't give me court. That court the way they fast track all them cases. So una we don't report na say una don't escape justice. Now they can start for una very well. When we don't get that court today, every one of una would go after una with all we might. Anytime when una the sit down at that court the day for case, would they make sure say, would they go sit down there, would they stop, would they flop there for una? If they not give the right justice for una, we go that we say you say now you dey give self justice. Now you go for the big say let them go lock in a prison because now they know where you go no say you safe in this country. We don't hunt you just like how you don't hunt them picking them. When you not get shame, you not get no shame by yourself and say that people picking them no one that one day. Go big man, big fool, and now una back when they go represent them picking them, and una no ki wale posi even come near una picking them. And then una get some of una when a dog them, una the born picking, you born picking with mama. That don't tell you say now the picking mama you get right over, not on the picking. But then you know the afraid you got, you go try for sleep with you your picking back where you born. Una so shameless. They uncle them when they say picking me go to asabi, picking in uncle na in protector, in brother na in protector. But now they will get shameless uncle, shameless brother then in this country here. When they day 24/7, now how they pray and they innocent picking the no more now that one day they deeper. Do you have the big una? Until una say una no retire, una no continue no more. Now una go for gays, now una go for change una nationality there. Una remember what the LJ say, if he not do for you, you the pack you go. So God you say you go for face side for pack for go because this country here, you know they condone rapists them again. If you say rape now you walk, believe you me, now the wrong country you did. From the 24th of this month, you don't enter the wrong country now because the battle line have been non-drawn, but now the battle line I get chained for you. Where we tell you, you know they lose. And not say you escape. And everything we got for make sure so we get justice on you. We will make sure so we put them in place. That justice day, we get up for every single victim then at this country here. No victim, no they suffer unnecessarily. No perpetrator, no they go unpunished. As long as we know say yes, you rape people, we not go allow them you go free. So for now, I left for now with this good one for the weekend. Lord for this that for just the rapist them. And then when they wake up for come begin they talk boku talk say this woman here like violence talk. Now because you not dog, you say self we talk. Honestly, all I know is nobody no one nobody touching picking. So tell when una young picking they una don't care them go countries the way safe. They una know say nobody never for touching. Also tell that una the same man them. When anytime when Fatima talk something, una get what una go right now na page there. Now una same na the civilized pedophile them when they work on the street here. Now una they being them picking the way them 13-year, 14-year-old picking. You dey see people picking begin call me wife, me small wife. Now they only have lucky kids start. The way person talk now una begin talk say see wetin first lady talk. I don't tell you now. Hey me this first lady thing. Now that check now can go down head. Me not they go down me head. This one, this fetia, who they feta. When ready by go right, when the right, not right, no mistake you watch them all. Say that's what I say. For every rapist when we get for kick una ask them properly for long understand say we not dey play again. Now go right again. I beg you here. Una get a very wonderful weekend. Now we enjoy this weekend here because every day while they sleep I they jump now because I'm too excited for no say we are the rapist don't get a new job. Special court. Now they go meet up by the grace of God. Would they disgrace una all? Nobody will not hide your identity. Would they put una let the whole countries and they say you na rapist and you na dog. Dog themselves, there's a good that they can go fala. Una no get work. Una say people picking them. People picking them una they bear. And then una young picking them. Una young picking them. Una no ever go do that thing them to una young picking them. And they want them back the way they open past dog day. Then at the young picking them can do it too. I swear to God, una already, like I say, if you not tired, I know they tired. If you not shame for yourself, I know they tired for cussing a public. And if you mistake me, you to cross path face to face. Now that thing they go no say, I mean, so tell them when will begin to talk say this person they on a need for care and let them go check if you get mental problem. When you na rapist, make me to meet up in the street. At special courts, now they are the begin work for now. Now they will go sit home. You then just look me and look you. And you not shame for touch people picking there. You don't go meet me there. Who say you they come? Now for radio. And I see what that Ethiopian judge, what he do. That judge they fabin then are for kiss and boku kiss. Some of una na no more fit una. When they go taught you before they cut and they make a barbecue, na no more fit una kind of. Una go talk back. Monday we go talk the new one, yeah? Now miss ya, una get a very lovely weekend.
I'm sorry.
Humble them as soon as you see. Please,
Matilda, I go police video. Me wait this alone.
Sorry. Me fumble them as soon as I can see. I need forgive me, panelists them a quick second for recompose themselves. Or make the, gain control of themselves a little bit. So now this, the mama of the nation, Nai Ibn get for tell we today, concerning waiting they go on now we country. So he tell we Boku Boku tin them and he call Boku Boku name them. When me they give me closing remark, I go answer directly. But for now, for this moment, I go to Mr. Taiwo. Make you give you reflection on waiting you see say the mama of the nation talk, and your last word to the issue of Khadijah, Madinatu Saccoh, and the Khadijahs of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much, Miss Matilda. Really, let me get this video, but I'm not watching all now. I can watch them soon. I make it become. But let me come to the video. When it comes to the first lady, I think say we don't reach a certain point where they say if the mountain can't come to you, you go to the mountain. After that, we don't realize. Not we take from this day for take from me, people from them. We first lady not for conform to what we want first lady and for be. This is a different first lady. It don't reach that point, it don't show we say, and this is the way they talk now. So many deliver me your message. I don't care if you take them or not, you take on your own business. That not mean say a message not get some good thing because I see a mama they talk now, frustrated mama way inside girl picking. The delivery it can be different. I know some people for come after me say they defend now. Again, but the reality is now, I think it's a young way of delivering message this. It's not the conform, and it's not for put them the nice way who they expect them, a first lady for speak. So, like I say, if the mountain not come to we they expect the first lady for be that glamorous and everything, like go to the mountain. Like take a message for what I be done. I know now so you talk. In this way, it gets advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage is that, we put somebody way on the outside will see, let's say, too broad and, gets the kind of nice shaping around you as a firstly, they talk according to your office. The advantage is that the lowest person market, the lowest market woman don't understand what they say. The lowest partner village don't understand what they say. The message they hit right to the lowest person. Now, with the educated people, they get offended because we expect them for be a certain way for deliver that message. Because we expect first lady therefore put your speech, you get for read them, you get for come straight and talk. That man at village don't know that one because they don't understand English. So this way they talk so they go far past me to the talk. If what trust me, then whatever you use, then dog, then listen, not to first lady speech and not to first language one day. But if nine get for work, hey, this is so deeper now. Yeah. I just look for somebody to solve the problem. Again, To me, you know, we not accept them because we know we don't see first aid around the world. And people with a nice shape, clean everything, the language nice, sharp. This so Fatima, your first lady, you're no longer used to her now. Don't no say. Now so you know the so you message you go and then if you pick them up, I receive an answer because I mean I almost I don't sweat right now. I don't want to get a word from the first lady in my life. So this one this is not a first for me, but you know what? I see the message. I know that they talk to. And I believe that people that will get that message where they send to them say, and they come for you. And maybe another one, another pocket, they put back the police, other people and say, I know some people go to now. But I will send the caveat to una say, una all, I will come, they can say no more. Again, in movement, I not see any much. But maybe as an individual, I can support different organization them. I mean, and I feel say you need for those support the organization and they behind them as a woman, bring them all together. You there behind them as a mama. Lord, we go to the law court. Lord, we go to police station. Lord, tell them say we in case here we all attention today. We all are women because I'm telling you, woman they change the nation. Any woman by the change. So if make them this small fraction, now put all the organization together, make one big body. All they put one big one, get the big aid them and all go over. I promise you say that something will change. This whole thing, there is no one, this rape business I talk about now, there is no one solution that fits all now. One problem, one way, not fit all. All man for in different they can we welcome with different ideas, they call us and call and different ideas. We go for try different things. One or two or three government can fix this thing. This thing take years in America for me to fix it. But the only thing is that they put structures in place. Now, these people don't understand how they criticize certain government. When they criticize the government because they expect them to come fix all the problem. We expect them to put structure in place so that they come out where the person can go build and tap that structure there so that as we go, we'll be able to make a lead with. Now, that's make what they criticize. When they criticize the government because we not like them, we criticize them because we not see the foundation input. And when you see one person can copy put foundation, we can pull on, then say put just ordinary foundation, but can pull on, we're not able to raise the building up. So, this year they gone, not just Khadijah. Like I say, plenty things that happen after Khadijah. I mean, plenty don't that happen after Khadijah, plenty happen before Khadijah. Khadijah is just the face now they use because one, that she's a blessed angel. And they make this thing not go to waste. So we ask everybody, do ya make we support this movement? We know the diaspora get but here for do. The way they support the political party them, if we put we all mind and money and attention behind this rape case, then here, we just go build a forensic lab, we just go put some private things there, we just pull nurses, most of when nurses and doctors them and lawyers them, we can go lead themselves and go work at them up here. We not even need to wait for the government for doing. No, we just go put to building down there. We send we buy young kids and they send them down there. But again, Salone, as soon as the organization probably not for them. Do a lot we do this for picking a lot come together and form organization. We will send one money. We not wait for governments again. We will put them $50. We don't build 10 or 15 centers around Salone with all the kids there inside, with all the expertise, and we all are nurses. Anytime we go holiday, go spend. I mean, I don't have to take that 2 days. They safe. You spend the time there for help. I believe it will make a difference. By God in power. Government not going to do this by low we head out. Then go join you later. Thank you very much for the show and God bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tawali. Now I will go to Mr. Saccoh. Waiting are you departing words them for we? Waiting are you parting words them for?
Well, I want join Mr. Taiwo say First Lady. I know say First Lady not believe say Lansana Saccoh I really see the mommy and the feminine gender they come out in this now out of emotion a talk and I believe say we go sit on now we get land ABC in self land ABC, but believe me they talk to the larger masses waiting we they calculate who they make so that was in a Kabbalah or Koribondo area Bendu, believe me they identify with exactly waiting then go they sit on in the class very good. So let them cut in so yeah. We did now they try for polish and for say if I do fine. So you will see the frustration in a genuine frustration for say, you know, this thing done too much. It come out from woman perspective, from mama perspective, and frustration that waiting in the head, they still get problems way in what they expect. So that now one. Number two, I know a lot come on, I will not put things them in measures, we no go be no more criticize, but Lord will put waiting them for do because we sister Anita Kroma there, we go deter it because all waiting we don't say now waiting don't happen to people them. But what is going to stop it? Now, me go suggest to the government and Miss Anita, because you didn't at this field say to let yourself look at this. Lord, we look at the things that we go stop the rapists. Number one, let them the government itself let them put people away the rape small picking them from the 15th to ground SVP, sexually violent predators, wherein they go put you pictures now every neighborhood. The first lady say, oh, they say we're not supposed to do that. They are supposed to do that.
They do. Yes.
Very good. They're supposed to do that. Everywhere where they move, them put and then when you change your address you for reports to the authorities, say you don't change, you don't come up point A na point B you day. You restrict you and not forget freedom like the rest of the Sierra Leoneans them for say at the park up today they go McKinney. No, every day go 2 to 3 times because we not get a monitoring system ankle bracelet. So go 3 times. Now police every day you go report for say you present. And no matter how far it is, that one they go take care of the ankle bracelet. So we go keep them at a certain location. We'll not allow them let them go party. Any side where they serve rum, any side where picking and they're not for good day. We forget people the way they in plain clothes where they work. If you know say this man are they under that law, you arrest her, you send her to jail back, let go serve the rest of in time. That na imi go say and castration, I want let them do them but through the courts. Through the courts, I am 100% in favor of castration because of the bribery where people in the common at jail after we don't sentence them. So therefore, if we put that in place, that person, even if he get the urge again, he go no say he not go able to do it. This is what I was saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I will give the last one, Madam.
Hey, thank you so much, Matilda. I learned so much on this panel. I want to appreciate Mohamed Lansana for the great job we all do for fight this menace. One, I want to commend the First Lady. I don't care what you think. Me say one mad at the Dave Leka. I don't put me on shoes now in foot. As a woman and a mother, then there are a couple of days I do a Facebook Live. They see how frustrated. Because of all the bad things the way they happen in this note where people are not understand. We then at the ground with a soften them. They're not going to do mob justice because we educate the people. But you want to call and raw now him when he thinks, say, let me pull the cap of a First Lady. Let me just use the language where everybody they understand. Myself can do am. Way more na me they can't do so every language where I able to talk to tell the people and make them understand. What you done, the people themselves they appreciate you. Yes, there are languages we use, yes, we they do mean also me critical thinking. Whatever you want for saying a two way they look at. Language we they up the us. You don't tell what they talk the soft language. If me, I tell you say I'm me and I meet. It tell me plain, it say now una they look to. If una starts me, I they go at the follow now, they go sit on a court for fete, then fete there. Now, don't see I they pull the clothes of it. Me self go join and for more fete the fete. It's real. The one way Mohammed talk, bringing all other organizations, the day we launch Answer for Girls, I was at AYV, now the message that they were saying. I say, if you want to succeed, let him find the funds, make it the tax to the organizations then, 61 in each district, where we they work, we go report to RAM, that will able help them for make it achieve, we all come as a one force. Then start, then call we on 2 meeting, the next in go before, but wait till I gather from her, when we meet, it tell me say, now funds that in get, it get constraints on fund. So I take them by a word, but again, if the Fed, not only in Freetown, it's all over the country, especially in the villages. May I think about this and seeing bringing us together for may we all stand together for support this work where you don't need to really do. We get the expertise, and get the voice, and you get the mandate or the means for raise the fund and help we all push this case before we tap. Then we look at the other part of saying, how will they work as a team? Even with all that for me and my dream and my voice that one day. Small thing where they make more kind side, power and position and people and care about. Money alala. We get for left this. The first shopping mall in Ghana, when Legon, East Legon, I don't go there. I see there. Now just a Ghanaian family, a guy where they work in the IT. Yes, go find the interview.
Yeah.
Just 15 years they don't left America. I can't sit on the first shopping mall. Now this will no one for those diaspora. Nobody not believe in compare. I tell you what, we not learn. If we learn out there, for Max and Spencer, get partnership. They are family name, but they work with partners. Barclays Bank is a family thing or it's a name thing. They work as family. They work. The Walmart owner, the top one, the US. I don't go there, I don't see. This is a family, not only biological family. There are people coming together. But everybody wants to say me, self-centered, even with all the advocacy. We wait on there now, the gun, the dog, the way don't fair to put resources. Mohammed, I did tell now for freelance, and I know they talk because I want to. What nearly my job that I'm doing now, I put my money to read like 70%.
We know, Salone. We know.
Now me life, because this is my passion. This is what God called me for. I know the boast. I left here now. Me picking there. I suffer. I sleep in my office 1 year, 8 months. I get the money. Holy Spirit says, go do the work. Shut up. Go do the work. Today, I will get a factory where they produce down there. I want people they want to work together. We not agree for work together. This unity now they make will not stand. We go with a fundraiser machine. Now this connots. We go. I know they call the people a name because now people away they sabi me. Why get this on their blast for them. We go work then use with them can open lab. They make sonar for themselves. Now we big with the United Nations whatnot association. It's not fair. More will be honest to we safe. We they talk too much. Lord work now. Me I don't tire. Me I they talk to me brain not they work again. I just they work silently in my corner. The chiefs then don't involve them. Then self they try their own way. We they do a lot of training for bringing them together. We get other people. Then they bring them by law. They're not they tolerate again. Me don't see chief where them bring the case. This don't pass me. Can't go to government. Me I know they put up on this rape case. Then say we help them small. Then a politician more than community they owe responsibility to them communities. So therefore, with Khadijah, when you see them, now Peking wait for become great. I believe in that. In picture, anytime where they see them, they sense a sense. You see highly message, revolution, and revelation in a life, saying that somebody will get for big great. Then take them, God know. Then we do them, then get the reason. But now made a stop for me on Khadijah. Believe say, God go rise up. He not die for nothing. There is more to it. And we know say justice go prevail. However, then delay them. Some of we are ready to lay our lives on the line, and I'm still doing it. I will never keep quiet until we say the right thing happen. So for the rest of the Khadijas, we need una support. Now, case then they will lay down. Even forgetting the psychosocial support, we need transport, we need fuel. Now they can't get Bomali district a whole line. Now me this way don't donate this line. How we will keep up for credit, for the rescue mission, what they do, it's not about Anita. I'm very transparent. Last time sorry for her, I wish she be not know me. Yanda all I don't go work there. Last year they bo that village where they call so I go do their one old program with them. We go work there with UNICEF.
Well, do you have
anybody believe
we go connect?
Yes, even while they go, I go able to go there back because I forgo book. For go check on the progress, I go give feedback. Whatever you get, your money, penny at the counter, wait till they do, they get receipts there. Until we get genuine people who want for work. Well, now they under where the passion call man, they put to say, I want to do this. Somebody they dupe you. But we don't be the sacrificial lamb, we not trust we at the ground. Whatever happens, transparent, send somebody make can look what they do. May they know what they do with the lead now for Moko achieve one goal, saying we are all doing it together for the good of this nation and this generation. Thank you so much, Matilda, for having me, and thank you so much for VSO for the great job they do, and my two brothers out there, I appreciate you now. Let's continue to be the voice and continue to do the work for this generation. God bless us all.
God bless you too. Thank you for your work.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you with us tonight.
Miss Matilda, don't forget to forward her number to me.
Thank you very much, Madam Anita. Me fumble them. Waiting una not know where they can tell una. This woman, Madam Anita, where would they talk to so? Are they talk to her and direct inside Salone right now? Una know almost o'clock na Salone right now. It's about 10:52 here. 3 o'clock in the morning na Salone.
3 a.m. now. Yes.
3 a.m. na Salone. She's been with us for over 2 hours. If this is not passion, if this is not a call to duty, I don't know what else is. Because beaucoup people lay down at them bed then they snore. Beaucoup people lay down at them bed then they tonton. But I called her. I said to her, can you? Without hesitation, without even batting an eyelid, he said to me, Matilda, I will be there. If it take me self for make her sleep before and wake and can't do this show ya so, I go do am. And true to her word, nadande he do. So I want to applaud really everything what you do, your passion, your zest. I pray that may God continue for give you the sustenance and may God continue for open your way. Because what you do, not everyone can do. I go to battle, I go to wars. And I know the passion it takes when you go to battles and you go to wars for such things. May God open road and may God bless you and may God protect your life. I thank you endlessly for this and the fight continues. The fight never stops. Me famble them. We don't talk beaucoup today. We don't talk. Now, una know for say me na the first person way when the first lady they out of line. I mean, the first person we go call them into question and say you are out of line. No matter if you dey talk as Fatima the civilian, you dey talk as Fatima the Sierra Leonean, or you dey talk as Fatima the first lady. But let me tell you something here. Some of una we sit down they criticize this first lady. I not say for any other thing where he don't talk but or where he don't go. But for this particular video where he make today, and some of the words them where he use, would I have used the same words? I don't know. Because when you are in, when you then are you brink, when you then are you wit's end, when you don't know waiting for do, when your back is against the world, sometimes you just let it out. Sophistication, they go out of the window. Okay? And sometimes to some extent, streetness and gangsterism takes over. And realness. We all know how to be sophisticated and how to speak big English them and how to speak the right English them and the right terminologies them. But guess what? The right English and the right terminologies has not given us results. The right English and the poise and the I am the first lady and keeping fingers crossed and wearing sunglasses and matching to the tune has not given us result. Instead, waiting, it don't give we a spit on we face. It don't give we slaps them now we face. So here is a woman who is a mother who we don't born 3 picking them. We know how it turn like for tot belle. We know how it turn like for nurse belle for 9 months. We know how it turn like for make you menu picking. Till you picking begin suck Bobby. Till that Bobby they you the left ham. Till it begin crawl. Till you begin teaching how for waka. Till it begin on it for them in knocking aid you tot and back. That was a woman frustrated and at a wit's end. Yes, I know for say it gets in kind lingo the way it can talk with. But trust me, inside Bompe right now, people they don't hear that message day. Inside Kanike, they don't hear that message day. You name it, inside Bombali, Tonko, Lili, Falaba, you name it. Then don't you read that message day. It not sound like the kind of message where me Matilda go sit down and talk. Because very few people can have access to my message. Because guess what, in where I they talk most of the time, not to Creole at the talk. And if I dey talk Creole self, I know they go bottom box like how we go bottom box and tell you how it is. So for the one the way they criticize them for this, I don't say for any other thing, but for waiting it talk today. This not a woman at him wits end. Could she have used other words? Yes, perhaps. But listen. Sometimes the way you frustrate. If now you picking them be molest, so trust me, you go drop bomb way past the bomb, then way it drop. Yes, make we be real and let us be honest to ourselves. If not you honor your family picking them in, do them kind thing and they too. Trust me, the bombshell them where you been for the drop. The bombs them where you for the drop. It not been for easy. Some of una can sit down inside una sophisticatedness. But sometimes you have to leave the sophistication and get to the bottom and the grassroots, get to the language of people. And trust me, some of the word then the way he use, now the language of the people. Now their language then they them people and they understand. So yes, in as much as I disagree about the taking justice into your own hands, but trust me, the choice of words used are the choice of words that certain Sierra Leoneans need to hear at this present moment. Because people, they don't take people picking their life make joke. They don't take people picking their life make play cook. The choice of word might not be settled with you. It not go settle well with you, or you go feel to say it they out of bounds or they out of lips. But trust me, una don't use word then way past down there. Now una you living room them front, una you picking them in front, una man them in front, una family. For things that we not even half as this as rape. So before you judge her, put yourself in her shoes. I don't say for any other term, but for today, before you judge her, put yourself in her shoes. Walk a mile in her shoes for today. And then come back again and think, if I dey judge this woman, if not the right way I judge him, or if not the wrong way I judge him. And then they no mommy gets for say about the first lady in part. About the other part where we talk about today. Me family, like the last time I said, we come on a pimping society. We from the very young age with a pimp, we girl picking them, we they groom them for pimp them to man. We they groom them for pimp them to the world. Okay? So this junction where we find ourselves today, not to today it begin. Not only do we have a culture of incest, we also get a culture of pimping. So this junction where we find ourselves today, not to by accident. We get a culture where picking don't pull small Bobby, you don't wait in and call una they send and make them go cut some parts them panam. When they don't cut some parts them panam don't una say it don't rep for marriage. So how do you think when you send an adolescent into a home of a grown man, saying that you are practicing culture, you are practicing tradition, what do you think is going to come out of it? We get a nation when 60% of the mothers are adolescents mothers. These are children raising children. They have no concept of what it is to be parents. They have no concept of what it is to be a mother, because they themselves, they were not groomed. They themselves, they did not reach their full potential. They themselves are victims of the society in which they have to find themselves. So what am I saying here? If we serious about this one center, this one-stop center, certain modalities then get for come in place. You get for work with all of the different entities then. You get for work with the law. I really from the president of the lawyers today, where it talks that they were not even consulted on the setting up of the centers. Then they're not a very institution where you can live out in the formation of such a center. You need people they also we train, we get the expertise, we get the know-how, we know the question in line, we know how to prepare the victims. You cannot do it haphazardly. You know, go do them half and half, and then you can't make big trumpets and say you don't do something. If you are going to do it right. If you are going to do it right. 5 centers is not enough. Like when Madam Anita say, the work with the Rainbow Center they do and the work with the FSU they do, if you put them all together, this is what the center is made up of. So which means we already get institutions them in place. But you know, need for Duna for capacitate them. Now for give them capacity. Now for give them the tools them. Now for give them the trainings them where they need. Why is it that every time we need for form we own thing and put we own stamp and we already institutions and they will all the only thing no one more way we need for do now for augment the work, now for help the work and build the work and haste the work come up. 5 centers, 5 judges. Now you are saying 5 judges already. The cases of last year, sexual assault and rape. The cases them when we get last year, when at 3,000 and 12,000, we are only half into the year, then case then they don't surpass already. So now we are talking about twice the number of that which we had last year. 5 judges, they are not full-time judges on the case. We get only 2 qualified doctors that we can testify in court. Una say una they train 5 midwives. When the 5 midwives them and the 5 midwives them not get the capacity, they not get the go ahead, they not get the okay for go testify in a court. It's all done in vain because the burden will rest on again those 2 doctors. So waiting at they say the law need for be changed. If una say una want for bring midwife, like where they can call them practitioners then or nurse practitioners then or whatever into the fold, make sure say the law is reflective of that as well. Then you will make gains. It take 1 year and 1 month for make the call center line be activated. 1 year and 1 month from the date of the emergency. These are things that you should have put in place even before you declare emergency. The government of Ireland and the EU has committed 64 million euros over a 5-year span for development cooperation. And I listened to the head of the Ireland and the EU organization. He said mainly the money them now for go towards fighting this ill, fighting this menace. So the government of Sierra Leone and everybody involved in this, I am telling you, then they watch na koro one. We need to see the evidence, you know, during the 5 years of USAID that 64 million euro go. We need to see clear evidence of USAID una putam and how it can and how it manifest in the decreasing of rape in our country. Una no go get a SAF unit. If una serious, then una allot only 4 million leones as the annual budget. It means say una not serious. And inside that unit there, na did the FSU, inside there na did the FSU embedded. 4 million leones. But yet, you have the nerve to spend $1.something million in purchasing new cars and giving it as you know, as a shekan, because Nadandi I go call them, as shekan to people that we already don't get vehicles them for work. Would that 1.5 or would that $1.something million we una spend for Biden new motor car and they una if you say if una be invest them in a forensic lab, wouldn't that have been something? Wouldn't that have been an advancement towards, you know, fighting this menace, fighting this ill? To the government, una don't amend the sexual abuse whatever act. Now we need for legislature. Amendment alone is not sufficient. It has to be legislated. The Child Rights Act of 2007, it has to be legislated. The Maputo Protocol of 2003, it has to be legislated. If una serious for facts waiting they go on our country, there are concrete actions then where una need for take. You cannot just be speaking and be forming institutions or forming things them haphazardly People like Madam Anita Koroma, they have the knowledge, they have the academic knowledge, they have the practical knowledge, they have the practical expertise, as well as the written, the application knowledge. Engage them, not to competition. They don't want to work them. Now for Mama Salone 9, then they try for do thing for go before. Because guess what? Each and every one of them, their umbilical cord is buried in that country. And so therefore they feel that they owe that country something. So please, una left this thing about, rivalry. Una the diasporans them, una they can't take we work. No, nobody is interested in taking your work. What we're interested in is working together, side by side, for better we nation. Working together, side by side, make we all hang it together for develop something where we self go be proud of, where we go left a legacy for we picking them and we grand picking them, and then self go forward, and then self go build on it. Let us look into the laws. I don't call 3 laws them. For ratify them, not to the thing. For legislate them, not the thing. Because when you have them into legislation, then it's very easy in the prosecution phase. I will be remiss if I not also take the opportunity for saying, in the last few weeks, then don't do 3 convictions then, including the 15 years. But like the First Lady say, 15 years is not enough. We need to set an example. We need to have, stiff penalties for these people. Unlike the First Lady, they justify, mob justice. Another justify retributive justice. We have systems. We have to make sure those systems work for our people. To my dear late Khadijah, I hope say you die one, not go be in vain. To all the Khadijas in Sierra Leone that we know and we do not know of, una trust me, say there is a body, there is an army rising up. We go make sure say una get justice. To the survivors, I pray say una get the healing, una get the counseling we una deserve. I pray say una get the right people then for talk to una, for encourage una, for make sure say, for make una know say all is not lost. But there are people around the world, people like myself, people like Mota Wali, people like Mr. Saccoh, people like Madam Anita, and so many others that I can name that are standing behind you and that believes your story and that will stand with you in your truth. So my dear Khadijah, today I put on a red lipstick because one of you pictures them. I see say you like the color red. I wear this clothes here so of many colors because you wear a shining star. You always dress in bright colors. You always radiate in bright colors. And as I think about putting on the show today, I cannot help but think about, the woman, the girl that you were becoming, the adolescent that you would have become, the woman that you would have been. I cannot help but think about it. So these colors today, my dear, they're for you. They're in honor of you. Trust me, my darling, you die one, not go in vain. May your candle never dim. May it always shine amongst the stars, because you wear a star. It's just that you get to leave your stardom on this earth. But I am sure in heaven, you will be a very bright star.
Amen.
The family, when I continue for take out, I know say the case the dilly-dally. Take long. But justice sure will prevail. On my darling, sleep and take your rest, but rest assured your candle will never dim. My family, Ona, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Thank you. Please, Miss Matilda.
Why do a website when you can create an app for your business for free? Yes, with TAV App Maker, you can make an app as easy as pie. It only takes a few minutes. Simply choose a design template you like, add the features you want, and once you are happy with the results, publish it to Google Play and Apple Store. So your clients can download your app. Go to TAVAppmaker.com and create your free app today.
People them, nobody no can forget.